Must be day release from the asylum. Oh, we're live.
Yep, we are live. Welcome, everybody, to another thrilling episode of RJ's Lives. Maybe it's thrilling, maybe it's not. Who knows? But we have our esteemed panel here. We have Stephen from Patty's Potato Peelers, John from Thrifty Kniffy, Tom from Knife Delights. Hello, everybody in the chat. I've been chatting with some of these guys. Mimo is here. Dan in Michigan is here. We have Country Boy is here. Gary William is here. Thank you, William, member of the brigade. Yeah, everybody is here. Mimo is here, or member of the regiment. I'm sorry, the brigade is somebody else. Ha! Wow, I'm getting all my shows mixed up. Anyways, welcome, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So let's see. Oh, and El Phoenix is here also. All right.
Well, everybody better be buckled in. It's going to be a rough ride today.
Oh, and Swamp Yankee's here too. Nice to see you. If you guys don't follow Swamp Yankee on Instagram, definitely do, because I think he has one of the most beautiful case trapper collections that I've ever seen. He's always posting wonderful pictures of beautiful case knives. So if you definitely if you're into that kind of stuff, definitely give him a follow. He's awesome. All right. Well, how are you guys this fine morning? Steven got good news. His daughter's out of the hospital and she's on the mend, which is fantastic.
Really good.
That was the best news all week.
Yeah. Thank you for all the prayers. I truly believe in them. So, it works. It works if you work it, as you used to say on the farm.
Yes, absolutely.
Very good news, Patty. Thank you for letting us know.
Good.
Okay, El Phoenix says he's buckled and ready. and you're welcome, Swamp Yankee. I do like your photography. Very, very awesome. Okay, William's ready. He says hooray. So we're good to go. All right, so big news. Buck did a stealth drop this week, which was pretty interesting. A 110 in Magna Cut, which unfortunately I was not in a position to take advantage of. I wish I could have, but I think that's really neat, and I hope that Buck is going to have that as a custom shop offering, or maybe even a production knife here this year later. That would be pretty nice. What do you guys think of that?
Well, I like the idea of the stealth drop. I think that's a cool thing to do. I don't know so much about whether they're going to release that again in another, form, like you said, on the custom shop or whatever. I was watching JW last night, and he was talking about the curiosity with whether or not they were able to get the heat treat right for that. So that'll be interesting too. But I thought of Tom when I saw that, and then JW showed it, and I was like, man, that's one Tom doesn't have.
No, I don't. Nope. I'm like RJ.
Yeah.
The desire's there, but the wallet's light.
I would love the 112 to come back in Magna Cut. I just felt the 110 was too big for me. I would love a 112. And I think I'll wait now until they do make one in Magna Cut.
Yeah, I favor the 112 over the 110 myself. I mean, they're both fantastic, but for practical reasons, I like the 112 better.
Yeah. Even the 55 would be quite nice in Magna Cut, because it's a great EDC knife.
Yeah. Well, I'm just going over, what CJ Buck, the current chairman, 4th generation, what he said about, like, with the S30V steel and the S35VN. People thought they were a little late in the game, issuing some knives in that steel. And he said, we just wanted to make sure we had the heat treatment correct before we released it. So we took our time. So I am assuming they took their time with the Magna Cut. Their company history is they don't rush with their steels. They take their heat treat very seriously. So,
And let's be honest, you got one of the best heat treaters in the complete
Yeah.
business, and Boss. I mean, if
Oh, yes.
if it's coming through him, it'll be right.
so, So I'm like RJ. They dropped 1,000 of them. I'm assuming they did that drop just to get everybody's attention and to see how well they sold, and the fact that they sold out in, I don't know, a matter of hours maybe.
I think it was probably within an hour.
Or within an hour, however quickly they sold out. I'm sure we'll be seeing. They wouldn't go to all the time and expense to develop that to just do 1,000 knives. So they've got something planned, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So was that an email announcement, or how did they announce that? I didn't catch that.
Yeah, it was both email and if you're on their list to get texts, it came out as a text also. Okay. So I did that. I am signed up for both, and so I got the text, and I was actually at a place and I was stopped, and I could, I was looking at my phone when it actually happened, and I was like, oh man, if I actually had the funds, I would do it.
Right.
I think I could have got in on it, but oh well.
I was surprised. The price was what 150. I would have thought.
That wasn't a bad price.
139.
Fantastic price.
Yeah, 139, which I thought was fantastic. That's just a little over double the price of a standard model 110, because those are going for about 60.
I have to say, but the same thing has happened to me recently. Is the Bexar is the knife that I'm looking to get this year. It's my one knife, but most of them knives don't come over to the UK, and you end up having to pay the extra cost. And it's now in one of the shops in the UK. They've got it for a really reasonable price, and I just haven't got the wallet to go and get it, because about 2 weeks before it, I spent up. But they'll come again. Everything comes around again.
Oh yeah.
Thank you, Jack, for your contribution to the channel. I appreciate that. That's fantastic. Thank you so much. Yeah, if you get your camera fixed, go ahead and join in. But we'll keep continuing on.
I'll have to say, RJ looks very attractive tonight. He's very clear. Have you noticed how nice his picture is?
Oh, now don't give him a swelled head there.
Exactly. Hold on.
I think he looks real pretty.
Yeah, I'm trying to do.
Pretty wasn't the word that came to mind, but we'll go with it.
A rose between thorns.
There you go.
I got my British cabbie hat on. No compliments for that.
I complimented you earlier now.
Son of a gun over here, I tell you
we
what.
Weren't live.
He's hard to press, isn't he?
Yeah, I'm trying a new setup. I have a new little Chromebook that I'm testing out, because my laptop was about every other time that you powered it on, it would go through some kind of a fix routine that didn't fix anything, and it was some kind of weird thing. So I figured it's
the norm, isn't it?
Yeah.
Computer.
Well, it was a secondhand laptop, because my son had been using that laptop for college, and he said, this thing isn't doing very good. He says, I think I'm going to throw it away. I said, well, let me have it. I'll see if I can get it to work. And I got it to work for pretty good time, and then it started to have more and more problems. And I said, okay, let me see if I can do this. And so I got a little Chromebook and trying it out. And Steven says I look good. That's all I need. The rest of you guys forget you.
All the compliment you need right there.
That's it. I mean,
I'm going to get some funny emails this week. I'm going to be asked to join various groups I might not want to go against.
Like I said,
Okay.
But hey ho,
it's going to be a turbulent ride today.
Yeah.
I blame Thrifty.
He got us all spun up.
Yeah, he did. Yep.
All right. Well,
All right, so what's the topic today, RJ? What you
I
gonna tell
think
us?
let's talk about sub collections, because someone put a bug in my ear about that. So let's talk about sub collections today. And since you're feeling all feisty and good today, feisty. Yeah. Let's start with you, John. What do you got for a sub collection discussion?
Well, I got something in the color. One of those things where you kind of discover it was like your trapper thing. Yeah, I do have a lot of trappers. Remember you said that?
I do.
I've just realized I have a lot of orange knives.
I love orange knives.
I'm going to show off my orange knife sub collection today.
I actually have an orange knife here to join in on that.
Excellent.
I think I have a grand total of 1 orange knife. Yep.
We've got Rough Rider.
Yeah.
Their smallest stockman. They're little, well, actually, I think they make one maybe just a tiny bit smaller than this. Their little keychain one. But this is their small stockman. It's not focusing very well. And, of course, just their standard 3 blades there, 440 stainless. I'm not going to show all of them, but give you an idea of what the clip blade looks like there.
Yeah.
And this is the rounded bolster style. Then we move up to the, I guess you call that the medium stockman, or maybe the smaller medium stockman. And that's one, let's see, what is that? That is 3.5 inch. Look at the clip blade on that guy. Wrong side. Nice little Skinner blade.
Yeah.
So give you a little size comparison there. All right. So then we move up again to what I guess you would call a large stockman. And this one's with the rounded bolsters. And I couldn't be satisfied with that, so I went ahead and got one with square bolsters. They're about the same size. I'm horrible at holding these in front of the camera, by the way.
That's probably because you can't see through your hands like Tom.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
I didn't want to say that.
it didn't take long for this show to go downhill.
It never
But
does.
we have the mediums.
Thank goodness.
And of course, wouldn't be complete without the sow belly. About the same size as those, it's 3 3/4. And then we have a orange smooth bone sunfish, which is quickly becoming pretty standard for a carry for me. I've been carrying the sunfish quite a bit, and I kind of got that from Mr. Knife Detector. He's a big sunfish fan.
Oh,
Yes,
So
yeah,
shout out to Knife Detector. I hope he's at least watching the replays of these things.
I'll shoot him a note.
Yeah, you should.
You
And of
ever-
course, not
Sorry.
last, not least, I just picked up this case, Swell Center Jack,
Very nice.
and this is in the Cayenne.
Love the bolsters.
And it's hard to see, but these great bolsters there with the XX
Beautiful.
right there. Can you just see that?
Yep.
Yeah,
there you go.
perfect.
I like
And
that.
yeah, just a really nice little case that I picked up this week to add to
Is
the
that
old
one of the
case.
ones that's for this year?
Yeah, this is the vault pattern. So this will be,
I didn't realize it had them bolsters. I think I might get that now.
yeah, this one's going to be disappearing. Their vault pattern's going to be something new. Have they announced the new one yet? Do you know?
No,
no.
and I'm waiting with great anticipation to see what the 2023 vault pattern is.
Okay, so this
Yeah.
is the 2022 one. So it's going to go
Right.
away and give way to the 23 one, and we'll find out what that is in the coming weeks. So here you go, orange bone.
Wow. Very
I
nice.
didn't realize I had that many, but I was like, you know what? Let's see how many I got and let's show them off today. So
That
one of the
is
sub collections.
That's very nice.
Yeah, the only orange knife that I brought today, John, I'll just show this real quick. And it's also a case knife. It is this case sodbuster.
Right.
Yeah,
Nice.
so
Synthetic, yeah. Okay.
yeah, I love the sodbusters. I have a very small collection of sodbusters. I have approximately 4.
Okay.
So that I'll tell you about that. But this is the orange one, and I did bring that out. I didn't bring the other sodbusters out. I decided to do a couple other sub collections.
Well, you've probably got a lot of them.
And let's see what Tom has here.
Oh, just had to show my orange bona fides. There's my
Yes.
112 Slim. It's in my pocket about every day. So that's just my bona fides on the orange. I thought today, if we're going to do some sub collections, I'd pull out some of the old vintage knives. And this is my Imperial knife collection, just an old pen knife. It was sold in a box, kind of like for Father's Day or something. And there's a little spot right over here where your like initials or something could be engraved into it. And then, of course, like a keychain, or you can attach it to your watch fob. So, yeah, I'm just intermittently here, RJ, as time permits. I'll just start showing some of these old vintage Imperials.
Oh, that's great. Yeah. Did you have another one ready, or should I go?
I do.
I just figured since I have you up here, go ahead and.
Lady leg.
Oh yeah.
With the fake turtle, claw turtle, and it's 2-bladed. Has a really nice clip point on it, and then the pen blade. And I'd always seen these lady legs, and I never thought much of them, but they are kind of a cool knife once you get one in hand.
Yeah.
Very, very nice bolsters there. See how the decoration on the top of the bolsters is, and the thread in it.
Yes.
My little brother actually picked this up for me. So thanks, little brother.
Yeah.
That was the first knife I ever got my wife to carry. Was a little lady's leg, and she still loves it.
Yep.
I have the sum total of 1 orange knife, and it's not even all orange. It's just carbon fiber orange, which is the Jack Wolf, the last month's one, which was the Viper. It's absolutely beautiful. I have to say, I love that carbon fiber, but really handy knife. But I just thought I would show this because I love it. I don't know whether I showed it. I got this one just a couple of weeks ago, and it's a little charade. The very, very small stock one that you showed, but this is the charade version. I love that. It's been well used and loved, but I actually love this bone.
Yeah.
Or pretend bone, if you like.
Right.
I think it's beautiful. Beautiful. Yeah, I've actually getting more and more into Stockmans, I have to say.
Oh, very good.
Oh, there's Jack.
Yep.
Hey, Jack.
Jack is
How we doing?
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Love the channel.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
It's funny. I just was saying, have I met you? And I might have seen your face. I think I've seen you on this show. That was where I seen you. But
yeah, possibly. I've been on here, I think, once or twice.
I'm actually subscribed to you. Thankfully, I hate not being subscribed to people.
Thank you.
But,
yeah, I had I was trying to use my phone to do a tabletop down view with a bunch of stuff I had laid out, and that just didn't work out. So I swapped over to the computer.
Okay.
So, sorry about all that.
Not a problem. Not a problem.
And that Jack Wolf's knife you had there, Stephen, that's a very, very nice. That's my favorite Jack Wolf pattern I've seen so far.
it is a lovely knife. Great working knife.
Yeah, I love that particular style, especially on that one.
Hey, JB from Big Red EDC came in. Hi, JB. Glad that you're here in the chat. Today we're talking about sub collections. Did you have another one, John, or did you have one?
Well, I'll give you guys more time, but I got another one I can show a little bit later.
Okay. Yeah, for one sub collection that I have that I brought out is my little itty bitty Victorinox collection, because it's not very big. But as you guys know, I probably carry an SD Classic the most out of all of the Swiss Army knives. This is one with the translucent scales. I don't know if it's really coming through on the camera, but I do have a variation of that. I did get the Trash Panda because it just you just had to get one. I mean, it just was too cool with the little raccoon and him riding the trash can. Then, of course, everybody saw my first and only A-Locks that I have at the moment, which I still really love this knife. This is fantastic. Carried it a couple times this week. Just still such a lovely knife. The next one that I have is, well, actually, this one here is the 2-layer compact, which is it's been on the channel before, and it's pretty cool. It's got a lot of neat features. But my biggest that I have is the Ranger, and this one has just about everything. It's a 5-layer knife, and I thought this would be uncomfortable to carry in pocket, but when you use the little key ring like this and put a bigger key ring on it, you can hook it onto a carabiner, and it fits right in your pocket. And that's how I was carrying it, just putting a carabiner on the belt loop and then carrying it that way. And then I have one Wenger knife that was gifted to me by El Phoenix. So I still have yet to do a review on this one. This is the Commander. It's a 2-layer or 3-layer knife, I guess. Yep, 3 layers. And this is definitely a cool knife too. And of course, he had a one of the Swiss pocket clips, and then a lanyard that he had tied on it also, which is very handy and nice. And let's see. In fact, El Phoenix is asking, how many knives would I consider a collection? I guess if you have more than 2. If you have 2 of the same type, it's worse.
Yeah. I've always said in mine it's 5 knives. If you got 5 knives, that's a sub collection or a collection.
All right. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. So if you carry more than one on any given day, I guess that would be another one. All right, Tom, you're up.
Nice fish knife.
Okay, so continuing on with my Imperial slip joint collection, this is actually a Hammer brand fish knife. And Hammer brand, you know how these knife companies are all intermingled, so Hammer brand is basically an Imperial. So a fish knife is the same as a toothpick. It has a powder horn frame. This one has a single blade. The only thing that makes it a fish knife is you have this scaler up here. If the scaler wasn't on top of that blade, it would just be a toothpick. But this one was made from 1938 to 1941 based on the Tang stamp. And the covers are still really beautiful on this knife. Just a gorgeous knife.
Yeah, it is.
So that's a Hammer brand. Okay, one other little offshoot of Imperial was called Frontier, and Frontier was kind of a upgraded line of knives by Imperial. And here's a little small Stockman, just a really nice small junior Stockman. And I just happened to notice on this because watching Patty's channel here, was it this morning, Patty? Or last night, you released a video on the swedges on clip points.
Yeah.
And you pointed out that on Some blades, they only have the swedge on one side, and I just happened to notice on this one, when you look at that side, there is no swedge on it. And when you look at that side, you can see the swedge.
Yeah. There's so many knives do that, and I think it's such a shame.
Yeah. Other than that, this is a beautiful little slip joint knife. Frontier, which was a brand from Imperial.
And they actually done the long pull on that really nice as well in the front.
Yes, they did.
Yes. There is a nice long pull on it.
Really looks lovely, that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then some comments about your fish knife there, Tom.
Yeah.
JW wanted to know if it had a disgorger at the end of the backspring on that.
No, it does not. This is a single bladed fish knife. If you can give me a minute, I can pull out another fish knife that has a secondary blade that has the hook degorger on it.
Okay. And then William said, be sure to scale the fish with the blade closed on that Imperial.
Absolutely. When you're using the scaler, you want to have your blade closed. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, if you want to grab that, do you have it right there?
No,
Jeroen's here.
I'll look for it here.
Hi, Jeroen.
Go ahead and move on to someone else there, RJ.
Okay. We had another question about it, though.
Okay. Go ahead.
Dan in Michigan wanted to know if those were celluloid covers on that.
Yes, they are. Yeah. But I tell you, they are in excellent shape.
Yeah, they are.
Very vibrant. For a knife that, made back in late 30s, early 40s.
Yeah.
Yeah. Usually on these old celluloids, if covers, if they're pocket carried a lot, they get chipped and torn or they fall apart and that. But this one's in excellent condition. I think the only little bit of rust or patina on that blade just came from, sitting in someone's drawer. It doesn't look like this knife was used or carried very much at all.
No. But that pattern of a cover there on it is really starting to come back now. All right, the materials are now upgraded, but they're using the same format, and they look beautiful.
We did a traveling knife. RJ, remind me, the Elk Ridge.
Yes,
and it has
looks like
kind of similar, and someone called it a root beer. They thought it reminded them of a root beer. So I will look for that other fish knife.
Okay, sounds good. Oh, and Matt has a 1930s Remington jackknife. That is awesome, Matt. Those old knives, they really are fascinating.
I do have some Boy Scout knives and some Remingtons from back in the 30s too. Oh, here we go. I found it right away.
Oh, good.
Those happen to be on top here.
All right.
And this is a Camco fish knife. And it got used quite a bit. You can tell by the blade.
Oh, yeah.
But a lot of fish knives had a secondary blade. And there on the end, that's a hook degorger. Get down into the fish and grab a hold of the hook and pull it out. And, of course, your scaler on the bottom. And when you're done cleaning all your fish, you can pop a top right there. So, yeah. So that your fish knives came one or two bladed.
Oh, okay. And Matt says his Remington, he has it on his Instagram. So if you guys want to give him a follow on Instagram and check out Matt Sawyer.
Absolutely.
Cool stuff too. That's for sure.
Yep.
Okay. Who's next? You got a sub collection for us, Jack, or do you have one?
Well, define a sub collection. I'm a little foggy on this one.
Okay, so in your collection, like I showed off my Swiss Army knives. So you'll have like a little group of a certain knife. You could be a certain pattern, like say, Stockman, or it could be a certain brand like Spyderco, or it could be just a grouping of knives that are,
Okay.
similar.
Well, I guess I'm probably with you on the Victorinox. I do have something in front of me here.
Okay.
Which is the Rambler. I don't know if I'm sure you guys maybe you've seen this, but it's got just like the SD Classic, I believe, but
right. Same
this
size.
particular one. I think the difference on this is it has the scissors. I don't know if the SD Classic has that or not.
Yeah,
It's the
SD Classic
screwdriver
has
that's the exceptional one.
It was that other tool that you had.
The cap lifter and
that's
Phillips head.
Right.
Yeah, I just this one kind of stays on me quite often, but as far as Victorinox, I got the I love the A-Lux.
Right.
I have the Pioneer X. I don't have that on me right now, and a few other ones. I think the Camper, and then what's the other one? The Swiss Army knife with the original that came with the serrated blade. That was the latest edition that I have, but I don't have that on me right now. Sorry.
No problems.
We'll just go ahead with that Rambler. I really do like this. I think it's kind of underrated compared to some of the other ones that they have.
Yeah,
pretty good.
That's a knife I always have close to me because all the kids' toys over here are put together with small Phillips screwdrivers, and that's just perfect for getting into the kids' toys.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they're pretty handy.
That's for sure.
Let's see. Have you guys seen the latest of the Rosecraft blades traditional? Have you guys seen this one yet?
Oh, that's the what is it? The skink or something like that?
The oh god, I can't even think of the Is it the Appalachians? The this one.
Right.
You guys are familiar with that one. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head. I just got it. But this
I know Rough Rider had one called the Bow Trapper, didn't they?
Yes.
Yeah. JB knows which one this is, and if he's in there moderating or not. But this one is really, really
River Bend Skinner.
Yes.
Yep, River Bend Skinner. Yep. And this thing just came as usual from Rosecraft. These are just flawless.
What's the blade? You wouldn't turn it sideways. What is that, about 2 mil on the blade, the back of the spine?
Yeah, it's pretty thick.
Or maybe 3, is it? Yeah.
3.
Yeah, I guess it's about. Let me see. Try not to cut myself here. There's the Appalachian Jack next to it.
Yeah,
you can see that.
That's a big blade on that Appalachian Jack too.
It is. This thing, I tell you what. And these two particularly, I thought the pull on this one was really incredible, but this thing is on the next level. I mean, this has got one of the toughest pulls I've ever felt on a traditional from this company or Rough Rider per se. But that blade, I tell you, I don't really particularly go for trailing point knife or Persian style blade like that, but the way the grind is on this, it's really, really good utility wise. Really good on cardboard and stuff like that. Surprisingly, and then it's going to work good with meat too because you got that tip on it like a meat slicing blade.
Yeah.
Super good, super comfortable. Yeah, so haven't really talked about any of these yet, but definitely got some reviews coming soon on those.
Very good. Yeah, Jerome says that if Patty's in the house, we need to see the good knives, Patty.
They're all good knives. There's no bad knives. There's only picky reviewers.
That's for sure. Okay, John, let's see.
I was going to show Jack this. The guy that designed this as well. This was his first iteration of that knife.
Yeah. Nice.
And
was that Andy Armstrong that actually designed that, or?
Right.
Yes.
Exactly.
Okay.
So he had this, then he made another that was a little larger. And then when he went over to Rosecraft, he made that little River Bend one.
Oh, okay.
But he changed the handle shape just ever so slightly here.
Oh, yeah, I can see the difference.
He said that it would be more firm in the hand or something to give you more of a push cut ability or something. I don't know. There was a reason for why he changed it, but
It's surprisingly comfortable.
yeah.
I think he's put a deeper blade, hasn't he, on the new one as well?
Yeah, this is the smaller version,
Yeah.
and then he went to a bigger version of this, and then he went.
Oh,
to
right.
So I think the bigger version is closer in size to the one that Jack showed.
Right.
But anyway,
Okay.
That's cool. Thanks for sharing that, TK.
We'll
yeah.
I've got a wee small collection. It's only a 4, if that's all right.
Of course. That's a perfect sub collection.
I actually found an orange knife. I forgot I had a little case peanut in orange. Beautiful little knife. So my club collection is on case knives, and they're all, the thing that they have makes them a sub collection is they're all Tony Bowes case knives. This is the little swayback Jack, but this is in beautiful stag.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely stunning stag on this, both sides, and a really functional little 5th pocket knife. And then I'm going to move up to one of the ones that they do for a shot, so that Tony Bowes puts his signature on. You can see his signature here. It's also the time stamp, but this is just a beautiful knife.
Yeah, that's really
And
nice.
it's a lovely, it's black wood. I'm not sure what the wood is, but it's really nice. It's like yeah, it's just some sort of black wood, but it's very well done.
Yes.
And then I go up to the Stockman, which is, they're actually getting more expensive as I'm showing you them. This one here is a beautiful Stockman. And this is a vintage Tony Bowes one.
Oh
And
wow.
it's a lovely fat Stockman, sow belly Stockman. These blades, the secondary blades, are so sturdy and thick. And it's a lovely big clip point in it. Oh, lovely big clip point. But a lovely knife. And the last one, oh, here's my darling wife with a wee cup of tea. Thanks, love. She's just run out there. And the last one's my most expensive case one.
Hey,
And
Mrs. Knife Delights, I need a cup of coffee.
This is my prized possession. This is a Tony Bowes. This is one of the ones that he only makes a certain amount of that go down to Blade Show. But this one cost me about £200, which is an expensive case knife. But I just had to have it. It was the year he died. Oh, sugar bless us. Ow, 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 ow. Oh, I'm such a good knife man. There we go. I'll get rid of that blood in a minute.
Oh,
Look at that lovely fat spear. I just think that is beautiful.
That's a good looking knife.
And that swedge, and there's a nice swedge on the back side of it as well. I slammed that little small blade down right in the tip of my finger, and I couldn't get it off. I was too busy showing my knife to take it out.
that's very
There we
easy
go.
to do. Very easy to do.
Yeah.
It is when you're me. So that's my little. I need one more to make it an official sub collection, but I'll get one on time.
Okay. Well, here we'll exit you out of the big screen so you can apply some first aid there.
Right on the very tip.
Well, if the one's ready, I can throw up a couple more little ones here.
I will. I wanted to make a mention of Williams Knife Life, though. If anybody hasn't seen it yet, if you have a minute that you want to feel like laughing, go watch the Dino Dance video.
I haven't watched it yet.
That is that's excellent. If you're in need of a laugh, then definitely watch that. In fact, I think that will be one that when I need a laugh, I'll probably turn back to occasionally. Okay, so here we go, Tom. Let's see what you got there.
Okay, another little subsidiary, if you will, of Imperial was the Diamond Edge brand. And in the shield there, you can see the DE and there's an arrow through it. And I don't know all the history on the Diamond Edge, but again, it was supposed to be one of their more expensive knives. And you see the covers on here. These are those like paper type covers. When I saw it in the display case, I thought the covers were designed this way. I mean, the way these covers are, that's what really caught my eye. And then I saw that shield on there. I'm like, what kind of knife is that? So yeah, just another nice example. Two-bladed jackknife.
Yeah,
From
very
Imperial.
nice. Very nice.
And then I've got, I think everyone knows what this is. Just your average run-of-the-mill two-bladed Barlow.
Nothing wrong with that. I like the Barlow.
Yeah, those are cool for sure. More than likely, Dan, yeah, the diamond edges were made in both the States and Ireland.
Probably.
Yeah, Schrade had factories in both places, and that's definitely something that could have happened for sure. Well, let's see. What should we do next? How about some bird and trout knives? How's that?
Ooh. Yes.
I got a nice little sub collection of those. Here, I'll start off with this the Roper Deadwood Junior. This has got the zebra wood. Nice little bird and trout knife. And I don't know, bird and trout knives are something that I guess about midway last year was when I really got interested in them. So I started picking up more and more of them. And then, of course, there's the Rough Rider with the stag. And I know Steven has one of these knives too. But in fact, it was one of, I think, just seeing it on your channel up there so much probably, ignited the spark to get one of these. And then talking about the stag also. And then just the other day, if you guys just saw Fixed Blade Friday, I had the little queen with the winter bottom bone.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, this is really, really nice. And the sheath on it has got this beautiful tooled leather design, which that just is the icing on the cake. I mean, that
Stunning.
sheath with this knife, I mean, how can you go wrong?
Yeah, it's really nice, RJ.
And this is in 440C for the queen. Yeah, so it's a slight upgrade from the 440A on the Rough Rider.
I'll have to be honest, that Roper knife is a really beautiful one too.
Oh, it is. Here, I'll show it again. Yeah. I mean,
that handle is beautiful.
Yes, the zebra wood. And
gorgeous.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Steve.
Well, I just said it was gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous, I have to say.
Yeah, what was funny, when this comes to you, this handle is wrapped in plastic. And so when you look at it through the plastic, all this figure, you can't see all of this. And then as soon as I took that off, it I guess just the oxygen hitting it just started to really darken and fill in, the black veins of the wood. And it's just such a beautiful, beautiful figure on it. Yeah, if you prefer a wooden handle, this is definitely the way to go. It's really a very nice knife. Say?
I would say Roper don't charge too much for that because their knives are very reasonably priced.
That's true. This one is about $40, so it's probably a little more on the high side for their stuff because most of the stuff's around $20. But really, it's not a bad knife at all.
Not at all. That price, that's a gift.
And then I do consider the 102 buck to be in that same family. It's the largest. It's the big brother, but still, it's not much bigger when you look at it than like here. I'll get the Roper. It's really quite about
Perfect. Yeah.
yeah. They're right in that same range. You're looking about it. Half inch bigger on the handle, but then about an inch longer blade. So I consider it to be in the same family. If
But
anybody
there's nobody,
disagrees, then disagree.
nobody does a blade as nice as Buck, though.
That's
That
true.
clip point is just
I agree.
gorgeous.
Yeah, it is. It's a really nice knife.
Well, I don't know about all of that. Gee,
No.
Buckners, I don't know.
And then just for fun, I picked up this this little old timer bird and trout knife. Oh wait, I'm sorry, not this one.
Yeah, that's the Stone Age version.
That was the pterodactyl and and raptor.
That's a big bird.
Yeah, big old bird. All right. Well, I'm done with that, and that's the comedy portion of the. No, I'm just kidding. The whole thing is a comedy. What are you talking about?
I
You got this,
absolutely
Tom.
love this. I could sit and look at other people's knives for hours, and I wouldn't have a bored minute during it.
Yes, and thank you, Mimo. He put up the link. I do have a 20% discount at ABKT. So they make the Roper knives and the Cattleman cutlery knives. So you can use my code and you'll get 20% off everything they sell.
Wow.
Go ahead, Tom.
So, guys, if I'm just jumping in here, if you got something else, let me know. I'm just jumping in to keep the knives coming here. But this is just a single blade Imperial, probably made from 1956 to 1988. Again, this one has really nice covers. They were preserved well. Look at that long nail pull there, Stephen.
Well, that's
And look at how low down on the blade it is.
yeah.
Oh, wow.
Now,
Never
this
seen
is,
one that low.
this is an interesting knife. And the reason is, and I'm going to show you this first. If you look on that top line, on the blade, on the tang stamp, on this particular knife, it says ERIL space IMPER. When they were stamping the blade, they got it in there wrong. And they caught the last part of Imperial and then stamped the first part of Imperial on it. So it's kind of one of those factory imperfections.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know if you can. Let me see how I can get it up here to get it to focus.
Is that your retirement fund?
It's not going to show up. I'm sorry, Patty.
Is that your retirement fund?
Oh, no, I don't think so. I don't think it's really worth that much, but I just think it's interesting. And,
It is.
but it is a very nice single blade jackknife, very thin. And again, I don't think you look at the blade on it. I don't think this knife was hardly ever used.
No.
And judging by the covers and the bolsters, they're not scratched up or anything. They're not falling apart. So, other than the blemishes on the blade, it almost looks mint condition.
Yeah, it's very nice.
Yep.
So I got another fixed blade over here, RJ, if you want to see.
I do.
Now, it's not classic or anything like that, but I mean, it is a tops knife. I guess this will be considered a sub collection for me because I only own 2 of them, but this is by far my favorite, one of my favorite fixed blades altogether, and it's the Tex Creek.
Oh, yeah, very nice.
I mean, I'm sure a lot of guys out there know the tops pretty well. Made in the USA, 1095 steel, but since we were on the subject of buck and they're pretty much next to none heat treat, tops, I would, in my personal opinion, I think tops is probably the closest thing you're going to get to a buck heat treat, because they do a differential heat treat that's just next to none. And yeah, this is a really good blade. It's not quite your bird and trout knife,
Right.
but as you can see, it's definitely a hunting fishing knife, and I use it for bushcraft stuff too. So definitely one of my favorite. It's got a canvas micarta, Rocky Mountain kind of tread. Not so much grooved out like that, but it's you got your fixed portion of the handle, razor sharp, easy to sharpen.
I think that's the size of knives now that can do any job you want, whether it's bushcraft or in the backyard. Or it's just a beautiful knife.
Yeah, the only issue with this one particularly, you got the 1095 and the coating to protect from the rust. It's got a special. Sorry about the lighting, guys. You can't really see too well, but it's definitely been used because of the leather sheath. I did not know this. I guess if you store your knife inside the sheath, even with oil, it can still rust.
Yeah.
Apparently, so I have a few spots, a few pits here and there, but it's a damn good knife for sure. So I got that, and then I got another fixie here from Bark River. I got a few of those too. If you guys want to check that out later.
Sure.
A wee tip for your sheath. See if you get an old rag and put plenty of oil on it and shove it up inside the sheath and pull it out and shove it in. And it puts a layer of oil inside your sheath, which helps to keep it from rusting.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, I like leather sheaths. I'm more of a Kydex person personally, but that's a good tip there, Stephen. I appreciate that.
All right, John.
Okay, so I don't know how many weeks, maybe 2-3 weeks ago, you were talking about, I don't know if it was live or in a video, you were saying how, I don't know if I've got a bigger roper collection or you, so we're going to find out today.
Do I need to go pull all of mine out?
I mean, you don't have to, but I've just counted them here because I got them all on the table and I have 9.
Okay, I will have to go count. I don't rightly know.
I didn't know until I just counted right now. So but we got the first one up here. This is the Sand Viper.
Yes, I like that.
It's got the nice ripples in the handle there. Let's see if I can get that on camera.
Yes.
And just kind of unusual color. Not quite yellow, not quite orange, somewhere in between,
Mustard.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, English mustard anyway.
All right.
Well, here, if you're gonna show all of your ropers right now, then I'll go grab all of mine while I'm off screen. How's that? Does that work for you?
Only if you listen while I'm talking.
Well, wow.
No, bitch.
Who's running this show?
I told you I was feisty.
I guess so. Man, we're having a mutiny already.
He had his Wheaties this morning.
Dang.
Oh, do whatever you need to do. I don't care.
Okay.
All right. So the other one, it's the Pit Viper. Of course, it looks like a golf ball.
Yeah, seen that one, yeah.
And Stephen knows all about golf balls.
How did you know that?
Because you talked about being a golfer at one point.
Did I? All right.
Yeah, one of your other hobbies was golf, you said one time.
I was a golf fanatic for a lot of years, yeah. Played a lot of competitive golf.
So there's your golf ball, which is the Pit Viper. And then you've got I won't show the blades on this one, but it's the same as the Sand Viper, but black.
Oh, yeah.
And same size, same everything, square bolsters.
What are they, 4 1/4 close, John?
Let's see what these are. These are
They look big, but sometimes they come.
3 7/8, Stephen. 3
7/8.
Right.
Oh, that's a nice enough size, man. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a pretty decent size. I'd call that a large.
Yeah.
Now this one was from Zen. I think the Zen was in here, or he was anyway at one point. And this is the rattlesnake, or the rattler. I'm sorry, not rattlesnake, rattler. You get the black and tan micarta mixture. And you notice they move the shield more over to one side, which kind of keeps it from being quite so prominent against that black background, which is kind of neat. So those are the 4 stockmen in that size. And then I've got a smaller stockman. This is the chaparral. This is the red jig bone.
Nice.
That's pretty now.
Yeah, this is more elegant, and this is a little smaller than the others. Let's see what size that is. That's a 3.5. 3.5
lovely.
inch.
Lovely.
Really nice color on that red bone there. And then much the same, but in smooth bone, same color pretty much, but just in smooth bone, you've got the sow belly from Roper, which is discontinued now. So if you're interested in this knife, definitely don't wait to pick this style of knife up from Roper. They'll be disappearing as they get off the shelves.
John, I'm going to ask you this. You see the sow belly? How long has that pattern been about? Has it been about for a lot of years, or
that was one that came over from England, introduced from England to America in the Western expansion.
Right.
Whenever that was, I would say early 1800s, something like that. And then you have the green in that same sow belly pattern. And this one was tough.
A lovely spade blade.
Yeah. This one has a little bit of a story behind it. I didn't actually buy this knife. What happened was I'd bought it 3 different times, and each time I bought it, the seller would then say, "Oh, we don't have that," even though they had it advertised as being available. So I got to the point where I was like, well, what's going on with that? Do they not have it, or do they have it? What's going on? So I called up ABKT and said, I've tried 3 different times to buy this knife, and every time I do it, they say they're discontinued, or they don't have it anymore. And so the lady was nice enough to send me this one, which was a second, but I can't find a single thing wrong with it. So
that's a really pronounced spay blade on there, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is.
That is awesome.
Quite broad, like not so many of the others. Yeah.
Yeah, that's quite pronounced.
I love a spay blade. It's one of my favorite blades.
Well, you are keen to doing the nut cutting.
Yeah.
For God's sake, RJ, come back. He's gone mad.
I see. I came back and I see it's nut cutting time.
And then lastly of the sow bellies, we've got the black. Now, I think I announced on one of the programs they had put this on sale at Atlantic Knife. So they may still be available there at a pretty good price, like $14, $15. Crazy. For these 1065 blades. I think that's a really good deal.
I think it's not only that, it's the fit and finish on them seems to be really good.
Yeah. Very good.
Yes, it really is. And I think what you get for the price with carbon steel blades and all that other stuff, it's just really nice.
Oh, RJ's got the main one out for you.
I see.
Yeah.
There you go.
RJ.
Is that the broke
I asked him if this was his channel knife. He said, no, not really. But he definitely thinks it's a top knife.
Absolutely, I do.
He carries. So this is the Pecos. And RJ, I was wrong. I just found 2 more. So up it to 11 now.
Oh, well, then you beat me. I'll tell you right now, because I only have 8. So there you go.
8. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'll just very quickly show the last 2 then, and then you can show yours. But I forgot about the 10. It has, I won't take them out, but you can see it's got the 2. Now, these were I think like a lot of tins, they give you a little inferior knife every time they put them in a tin. Like I know Buck does this too. They'll put lesser blade steel on them and they'll just sell them at a budget price.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So
That's
these
true.
are 8CR and not the 1095. But the thing is, you can actually get this Stockman in the 1065. So I may go back and pick that one up too.
Yeah.
Well,
I haven't
see,
seen
ours
this
are
knife.
bad blades, too.
I haven't seen that knife offered in any other way, so I'm not sure if they offer that or not. But there you go. Those my Roper sub collection.
Well, that's excellent. Yeah, we'll go through mine now. I think we got some overlap and a couple of different ones. You know, we'll see what. There you
Well, I
go.
definitely don't have that bird and trout knife that you have.
Yeah, we'll start with that one since it's been on this episode a couple times already. But yeah, you have the little bird and trout knife. This one is in a different steel. Also, this was in a stainless steel, but I think it doesn't say on here on the knife. But definitely for a bird and trout knife, for a little hunting knife, a stainless knife is a good choice.
Yeah.
Anyways, especially for a skinner. You know, so for its intended use, you know, I think it's good. I don't remember if it's 8CR. I think it is, but not a bad stainless. I did get that same Roper 10. So you do get the little small lockback, which I still like this lockback. And yeah, this was the stainless. I don't remember. Do you, if they were 7 or 8CR? I don't quite.
They were 8CR. Yeah.
Yeah, 8CR, which is a good steal. You know, so I mean, even if they did give you these, it was 2 knives for $19.99, I believe.
Oh, for goodness sake, it's
Yeah,
buttons.
so I mean, you really couldn't beat it. This was, and of course, I got the set that had the mini trapper. No shock there to anybody, you know. But yeah, it's got the clip blade and then that lovely spay blade that John favors so much. I know he loves them, you know, but not really. Then we have the Chaparral series. This is the green, but it's such a dark green. It looks almost black.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, it's really super dark, but really nice bone. I'm sure you probably went over. They have the almost a Persian clip blade that's very, very, you know, subtle. The whole line coming down.
Yeah,
and you have your sheep foot, and I believe these have a spay. Well, it's more of a pen blade, really, but it's kind of funny. They kind of give it the spay blade angle, but you know, it's not like a true spay, at least in my eyes.
They just give it the little notch so that they can say that it's a spay.
Right. And so then here's the same knife in the red bone, you know, which
beautiful.
I really liked.
Oh, yeah, I like that.
Yeah, the Chaparral and I think these also come in what is it, black, and I forget.
Yeah, black, and I think they actually have a brown one in that as well.
Yeah, and then like your this is the Ash Viper.
Yeah,
You know, so this is the complementary to the Sand Viper. It has that same saw cut bone pattern. I don't know if the light's picking it up, but big, lovely Stockman. Now this one has more of a spay blade on it than the other one. And you have your sheep's foot, and then a really nice clip. And the that's just such a nice Stockman. This is probably my favorite Stockman that I have for sure.
Which one is that, RJ?
This is the Ash Viper.
The Ash Viper. Okay, yeah, I like that. I like that Warncliffe style blade you got on the other side. Yeah.
Yes, and then this was gifted to me from Zen Ali, and this is the Muskrat, and I'm so happy that he kind got that for me. It's got a clip point on each side that are the same, but these were really the original knives that trappers actually really carried back in the Old West days and stuff. So you got a nice serpentine frame. You had 2 clip points, one on each end. Just a really lovely knife, and so thankful for that one. And then of course there's the Pecos, which has the thumb stud and the clip, and it's a liner lock, and so it's your nice modern traditional that's there.
Yours works much better than that other fella's.
I think it could be that he's got problems with his coordination, but I don't know.
Yeah, it's right side thumb.
I would never say anything like that.
No.
Yeah.
He's got the unfair advantage being a righty.
That's true. That's true.
Okay, I'm sorry, John. I didn't realize you were afflicted.
Oh, I know. They say left-handeds are retarded too. So,
well, then you're perfect for this.
To say that anymore because it's not politically correct, but I think it's probably true.
Yeah. We can only go with the proof we have at hand.
I know it. What can you do?
Well, Jack, did you have another Tops knife that you were going to show? Because I tell you, that's a brand I really like, and I don't own any of them, and I would sure like to someday start picking some of those up. They look like great knives.
Yeah, the other one I don't have on me on hand, but Tops, you're going to pay for them, I mean,
I know, yeah.
But you're getting good quality. Like I said, the differential heat treat that they do makes all the difference, in my opinion. Of course, they got great designs too, but I've never had one that hasn't came razor sharp either. Everything from all the way through the process that they do to get these out, they're incredible. You have to wait sometimes for them, but they are fantastic. The other one that I had was actually a Bark River knife. Yeah,
that's nice.
This was a special pre-order from DLT about a year ago, and this is in Magna Cut, and I jumped all over it because it's an Aurora, and I discovered this knife through Dutch Boys Bushcraft. I think that's what it is, DBK.
Yeah.
And they really turned me on to this particular blade, and it's a really good knife for sure. But the fact that I had Magna Cut and the fact that I could pick the scales really reeled me in on wanting to get that. Now I went with G10 on this one particularly because I like the pattern that they have with this. I think SE Knives does a similar color of this color scheme.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Yeah, black and green G10. I guess they call it their Ranger Ghost or Ranger. I can't remember, but it's definitely a bushcraft knife all the way. I had it outside, getting a bunch of tinder together and all that. And it does a really, really good job. Now, for those who don't know, with Bark River, they exclusively on most of their knives, if not all of them. I think there's a few that they don't, but it comes down to the true convex grind on these knives. Completely different than your typical bevels on your blades. And to the look from the touch, you wouldn't know. It doesn't look all that sharp, but let me tell you, this will open you up. Some of the best hunting blades out there. So
that is the biggest lanyard hole I have ever seen.
I thought that was pretty funny myself.
You could stick that into the ground and tie a ship up to it.
They had a couple different variants of this. I think originally it was called the Aurora. Then they did Aurora 2, and then they have the Bushcrafter, which is a little smaller than this one.
Probably a bit stockier.
Yeah, and then they've got so many different models and different steels. Yeah. Their catalog is incredibly long, and I think that's kind of part of their poison, I guess. When you deal with Bark River, is it takes a long time to get them, and the production is just backlogged. But they are fantastic. It comes with a leather sheath.
It's a pretty thick blade too, isn't it?
It
Pretty
is.
beefy?
Well, it's right around there
About
with
4
the,
mil.
with the tops.
Yeah.
I'd say close to that. Yeah. Yeah. It's definitely, it can handle just about anything you throw at it. And you got the MagnaCut steel with that incredible corrosion resistance and high heat treat on the HRC. So,
What do you think of the MagnaCut? Have you used it enough yet to make any?
you know, I have MagnaCut on a couple blades. I have actually I got one right here in front of me. It is the Hogue Deca. I got that in the MagnaCut. I find with it, I haven't used it and tested it. I guess you'd have to really put it to the test. Someone like I would think Pete from Cedric and Ada, like maybe he's ran tests on that and stuff. But I haven't had any issues with it. I find it, me personally, from use and from all I've had to do is really hone it. I haven't had to really put it to the stone on the diamonds or anything like that. So it definitely holds a good edge. It sharpens pretty easy. I'm not going to say it's the greatest thing ever because I just haven't had enough experience with it, but definitely not bad.
But the fact that you're saying you've only honed it, that's exactly why you're buying a MagnaCut blade, because you shouldn't really let it go blunt anyway. You should just hone it each time.
Yeah. And that's what, with sharpening is so subjective. And I know people have very strong opinions on that, but honestly, the corrosion resistance is the main reason why I got this, is why I went with the MagnaCut and the high heat treat. You can get it hardenable. What is it, 60, above 61, 62, and have it not break on you. That's part of the point of it. Not being brittle at the high heat treat.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. I mean, I'm not a steel expert or anything like that, but it's definitely good. I wouldn't pay astronomical prices for it on a particular knife either, just because of the steel.
Right.
Like you guys were saying, HCR. On the a lot of people tell you that's trash steel and all this stuff, but really HCR is not that bad of a steel, especially on a traditional pocket knife. It handles just fine. Unless you're utility, you're using utility and you're just going through, cardboard and plastic and all kinds of crap like that. Of course it's going to wear down, but yeah, it's a good steel.
For any of the 400 series, 420 HC with a boss heat treat and 440A are the most commonly used knives in the world.
Yeah.
Right.
So they work.
Yes. Yeah, they work just fine.
Yeah, as far as
go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. No, I was just going to say, comparably, for instance, like my Bark Rivers, I have a couple other ones that are in 3V, and that's because I use it a lot outside and with fire and all that stuff, breaking down wood and splitting up kindling and all that. The 3V's good too, but I think where the difference is you're going to want is on your fixed blades versus a folder or a smaller knife that you're not real. Most people aren't using these incredibly abusive or anything like that, and then you're not in a survival situation with it or anything like that.
Yep. I was just going to go ahead. Let's see who wanted to go first, Tom or
Doesn't
John?
matter.
John.
Go ahead, John. Go ahead, John.
Okay. So another sub collection, and by the way, thanks, Jack. That was very informative. I'm really liking that tops a lot. I just the budget, it just kills the budget.
No, I understand. That's why I only have one. Or two. That's why I got two. I'm sorry.
But I was going to take you guys through my trapper collection. So
did you get both of them out there?
Oh, I've got more than two from my friend.
I'm just going to get a flask and a pillow.
Oh, goodness gracious. See, I told you that spade blade fits you just fine, mister. Okay, so we've got the sow belly trapper. Got a few different handle options with that. This one being the tobacco bone. You can see that big old spay blade. And that one's the style I'm not quite as big a fan of, but it's all right. But I love this clip point blade they put on these. Just a really nice fat clip blade.
I can't take my eyes off that spay.
That's a peanut butter spreader for sure.
I'll put that thing away so somebody doesn't get too excited. Wow. All right. And then up next, we've got some stag bone here, or imitation stag bone.
Rough Rider did a good job of that brown stag.
Yeah, that's just. There you go, Stephen.
Happy days are here again.
And
there you go. Mimo has the perfect thing. He said he likes having all his spay blades out on display whenever the daughter brings over a new boyfriend.
ah, yes. I was once told there was a girl I was dating whose father didn't mount deer on the wall. He mounted something else, and I never found out. I never went to visit. But
I find open the door in my underpants is a killer.
Yellow in the front, brown in the back. Yep. And this one is like the blue smooth bone, but it's actually more of a teal color. And you'll find
I've never seen that. Is that a Rough Rider? It is.
Yes, sir.
Is that a new one or an old one?
Nah, this one's been out many a year. I'd say probably 4 or 5 years at least.
That's a beautiful color on the bone.
Yeah, the blue looks really good.
We have the Buckshot Bone series. Got the red underliners on there.
Yeah, nice.
And here's my Case Slimline Trapper. That beautiful red.
Yep. That's a
The
nice one.
jigging on that. It's just fantastic. And that blade. Very slender little Skinner blade on that guy. So
That's lovely.
Oh, yeah.
Very attractive knife. Love the lines of it. All right, so here's the star of the show, and this is the one I wanted Tom to see. This is actually a buck, believe it or not.
Oh my!
Wow. Is that a fish?
Yeah, it's the trapper made by Smoky Mountain Knife Works for buck. So it's a special factory offering.
Is that still available?
I don't think it is, Tom.
I don't ever think I've ever seen it.
That's pretty cool.
No.
So this got the black smooth bone with the. What kind of fish would you say that is? I forgot.
That looks like a sunfish to me, or a crappie.
Crappie, something like that.
It is a crappie, actually. Sorry, it is a crappie. Comes with the mother of pearl and then the regular pearl. Or is that abalone? I'm sorry, that's abalone, and then mother of pearl, and then abalone on the outside there.
That is a stunning looking knife.
That is gorgeous.
I think Tobias Gibson
very nice.
had a couple of those in a video that he talked about.
He did a video, and I did one as well. And what it is it's the Wally Marshall. Okay, so this was if Wally Marshall, he's that TV sports fisherman, pretty popular guy, and it was a model they made for him. Buck made for him.
That is gorgeous.
It's got his signature on the main blade here. And one of his little slogans that he would say, can you see that? I guess it's kind of hard to
Yeah,
make out.
yeah, that's it.
Okay, so there's his signature. There we go.
Is
Wally
that a
Marshall.
partial serration on there?
Yeah, it is. I'm glad you mentioned
okay.
that. I probably would have forgot. So half serrated, and then it here at the beginning here, and then it becomes just a normal edge at the end there. So you can use it as a scaler or whatever you'd like for fishing.
Yeah. That is really cool.
And
that's the nicest looking buck knife that I've seen.
Spay Blade has got his little slogan on there, Kapowie. So
That is cool.
How much did that
Pretty
run, TK?
I think it was only about $40, maybe.
Oh,
Wow.
Really?
Yep. So there you go. There's my trapper collection.
Very nice. Very nice. Thanks for sharing that.
That was cool.
Yes, sir.
There's another knife with a little crappie on it. And this is a single bladed. It's the only one I could ever find, a single bladed elephant's toe or sunfish knife, whatever you want to call it. But there we go. It's a lovely knife. Has a wee crappie on the blade as well here. But this is what I call. I love this one because it's just got the one blade, so you can actually get a proper grip on it. And that's the only thing that puts me off the two-bladed ones. I never feel comfortable.
Yeah. Yeah, I particularly appreciate the single blades on traditionals for sure.
But it would be nice if Rough Rider brought that buck one back again in their own brand.
Yeah, something similar to it at least. Yeah.
Yeah. Or even Buck brought one out.
So I heard you guys talking earlier about the new Magna Cut, that little run they ran with Buck. Who picked one of those up? Any of you guys get one?
JW did in the chat there.
I almost grabbed one, but I would prefer it on the more of the sport version than that particular one. I was hoping maybe they'll come out with something. I'm sure they will. I'm sure they'll add it to a few more.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was kind of what we were talking about. We're hoping that they're going to offer Magna Cut in the future on different models and possibly as a custom shop offering, if nothing else, for different things.
Is that the Scout knife you got there, Tom?
Well, no, it's a camp knife.
Camp, okay.
Yeah. So a Scout knife is basically this. Well, there's different models of Boy Scout knives, and I can break those out if people would like to see me run through those real quick. But this is still an Imperial. I guess I was just showing some of my Imperial collection just to show you how many different patterns and kinds of knives Imperial made. So this is a 3-bladed camp knife. The only thing that would make it a Scout knife is if it was officially licensed by the Boy Scouts.
Okay.
So if they would have licensed it, they could have put BSA on it, and then that would have made it a Scout knife. That's the only difference. So
I always thought the Scout knives had to have the reamer on it.
Yes.
No, because a 3-bladed camp knife like this, now maybe I'll break them out here in just a minute. A 3-bladed one was actually a Cub Scout knife. And I believe on the Cub Scout knife, it did not have the can opener. And the explanation was Cub Scouts just go out on day, just go out for the day and then go home. They're not out camping overnight, so they don't need a can opener because they're not taking food with them. Where a typical Boy Scout camp knife is 4-bladed. So just once again, this is called Camp King. That was Imperial's version of a camp knife. Then I have just another 2-bladed jackknife. And that's Of course, this one's been used. You can see that pen blade got wore down. But again, look at that long nail pull there for you, Patty.
A beautiful clip point.
I know that doesn't excite you like a spade blade, but I'm trying to compete here, get you excited. But anyway, so just a couple more Imperial patterns. A blast from the past.
Very good, Tom. This new system, it's a little bit slower than the other one as far as pulling things up and down. I've noticed. But to go back to our HCR discussion, I do have my favorite HCR knife out here with me, and that's the Honey Badger. And this is a fantastic knife in HCR. And you can get them in D2, but I think for a regular work knife, the HCR is probably just absolutely fine. It's got a great action. Pocket clip is nice and deep. This is the Tanto version of the blade, and they have different colors. Yeah, it's just.
How do you like that? How do you like that Tonto kind of front on that there, RJ?
I do. I like this a lot. In fact, I was talking to somebody in the comments of one of the videos, and they were saying that they wanted to know how well I liked having the Honey Badger, and I said, a lot of times when I'm grabbing a knife to go out the door, if I can't make up my mind, that one's always out, and I'll grab it, more times than not.
Because I haven't never owned a Honey Badger. I've always kind of liked the look of them, but I saw that tip on that, and I was like, man, I kind of got my curiosity going there.
Yeah, it's cool. It's different than the Cold Steel style Tanto.
Yeah, it seems like it's more modified, but outside the traditional American style.
And then since I just had a blue knife up, here's a preview for an upcoming review. I have one of the Finch Halo knives.
Oh,
and this is the one that has the yellow liners.
It looks good.
Another great knife, 14C28N, fantastic steel, and just a really handy pocket knife. So.
What sort of price are they?
You know what? I think these were right around $100 for the Halos.
They were a little less than what Finch charges for the regular.
Yeah. For this one, and I think the Chernobyl Ant, they were both right around $99, and then their usual ones go for about $145.
Yeah, Finch. I don't know if you guys seen the lineup coming out here soon. I was telling JB, I saw from Big Red. I really like what they have coming out for the next year in the coming year. Have you seen the picture with the different blades and stuff they got coming?
I did not. I didn't see everything they have coming. I saw that we're coming back out with the Hatfield.
Yeah, they got some interesting stuff coming. I have yet to purchase a Finch, but I definitely have a few I'm eyeing. Hopefully they come out here soon.
All right, so I got one more sub collection if you want to see that. This was really more intended for CB, but since he's not here, we'll substitute Jack in there instead. You're more of a modern guy, aren't you, Jack?
Yeah, I mean, I've gotten back into traditionals a lot more lately, but yeah, mainly most of my stuff's modern. Yep, the Osborne there.
Yeah, so this is my Benchmade collection.
Nice.
And I've just got 3. But this the 940-1, which is the Osborne. And this pivot has got so much thread lock on it that I can't get it tuned. So I have a hard time getting it back in there on the release. But there you can see the blade. And it's S90V. It's a stonewash.
Nice. Lovely stonewash. You ever done that?
Yeah, and the carbon fiber scales.
And if you look at that
Nice.
that knife, if you look at that blade, Doesn't that just look like a big old spade blade to you?
That's why I've got two of them.
Yeah, it's essentially that's kind of what the vibe I've always got from it, RJ.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I can get that vibe from it, but I guess what it's supposed to be like just a Tanto, right?
Yeah, they call the reverse Tanto, I guess.
Reverse
But
Tanto, yeah.
that S90V, I'll tell you, that's a steel I really like. That particular Osborne, every time I tried to go for it, it was always out of stock. So
Yeah.
I was looking for that one myself.
Yeah, it has a little splash of color on the back. You can see the barrel
Yeah.
spacers are blue. And then yeah. I wish they'd put the blue thumb stud on there too. I don't know why they didn't do that. All right, so that's Benchmade number 1, and then this one I've customized with red scales. It did have the olive drab green on there before, and I put the red scales on there.
They look much nicer.
Yeah, it looks good.
And this one's got like a brass colored thumb stud on it.
Mm-hmm.
Now this is S30V steel. Again,
I was really lucky. My red one is only cost me £9.
Oh, you got the Ganzo, huh?
No, just AliExpress cheapy. I bought so many of them and then I've sold them. And I thought, no, I'm not buying any more. And I bought the cheapy for £9 on AliExpress. It's in my today's video.
Are those G10 scales or aluminum?
I believe they're G10.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, they're definitely plastic, but yeah, G10. And then the last one, I actually won this knife.
Oh.
From Smoky Mountain Knife Works on their National Knife Day, not last year, but the year before. This was actually like my most expensive knife for quite a while until, that changed.
Is that the full size?
This is the Mini Adamas.
Oh, the Mini. Okay. Yeah, I got the same exact one. And
this is the crew wear blade on it, and that tan coated blade. So, I didn't really pick this out, but it's pretty cool. The jimping is really nice on the back there, and could use it as a reverse grip type thing. Pretty hefty little knife. This is probably definitely the most durable of the Benchmades that I own. It's a pretty stout little knife. And,
I just think they look stunning, though. They don't look aggressive.
Yeah, it's actually surprisingly really comfortable.
Yeah, it is pretty comfortable in hand.
Yeah.
But, I'm not a huge Benchmade guy. But I had to check them out. I had to know what it was all about. So it's kind of an exploratory thing and find out what the positives and negatives were.
Right.
So why not try them out? So there you have that.
Oh, very good. Very nice. You have more.
That surprised me there, TK. I didn't expect to see that.
Yeah.
Oh, about you. Oh, there I am. Back again. All right, if I show a couple of one Benchmade?
Of course.
Oh, sorry, Tom. Go ahead, Tom.
Oh, you want Tom to go first?
Go ahead.
Yeah,
Patty.
All right. Well, we'll let Tom go, and then we'll come back to you.
Patty was asking about Boy Scout knives. So this was my personal one I had when I was a boy. I bought this in early 1970s, and it was made by Ulster. So this is your basic camp knife design, but it was licensed by the Boy Scouts. So you've got the Boy Scout shield on there, the first class insignia on it, and it come with a main blade, can opener, bottle opener, screwdriver, and punch. So that's your basic camp knife. And this is kind of what everyone thinks of when they think of a Boy Scout knife.
Yeah, very nice.
So here's a Cub Scout knife. Again, 3 blades. Got your main blade, bottle opener, screwdriver, and a leather punch there.
And it's like looks like the uniform color too that they have for the scales. That's pretty cool.
Blue, blue for Cub Scouts. Yep. Here's Here's an Imperial. This one still has the etching on the blade. A lot of times the etching gets worn off. And this is, synthetic covers. Other than this first one I'm showing you, this one was mine. All the rest of these are my brother's Boy Scout knife collection. I've got a playlist on the channel. I've reviewed a lot of these. I mean, I won't go through every one of them, but here's one with white covers. There was a special reason for the white. Here's one. I think this one is actually bone. So I mean, they come in all kinds of different varieties. And where's the Remington? I've got a Remington here somewhere. Here's a Remington. And this is from the 1930s because,
oh my goodness,
Remington went out of business in 1940 or 41. They sold everything. Actually, DuPont bought Remington UMC, and then sometime in the, like I said, 1940 or 41, Remington went out of the knife, or DuPont went out of the knife business, and they basically sold the whole factory to PAL Cutlery. So anything after 1940 or 41 that says Remington on it, is just the name and somebody else is manufacturing it. But look at the different style of can opener on it.
That's the two-piece in it that
yeah.
had a notion for snapping.
Yep. So yeah, that's a real old one. Here's another one. This one's unique. This one actually has a Phillips screwdriver on it.
Wow, never seen that.
Yeah.
So yeah, they come in all different kinds of colors. I think this one's a Whittler model. And I don't know. Cover your eyes, Patty. I don't want you to have a heart attack getting so excited. Look at that nail pull.
I just think, and people call them a French nail pull. I don't know why they call them that. I'm not sure.
I don't
It must
know.
be.
I don't
Maybe
know.
the French done them years and years ago, but I just think it makes a knife elegant.
So it is what I call a true Whittler because it's got the coping blade on it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
You see, go back a bit, Tom. You see the one you'd got with a Phillips screwdriver on it?
yes. Let
What
me
age
find
is
it
that
here.
one?
I don't know. I don't
I
know.
just wonder if that's a more modern one.
This is another Imperial. I
So
don't
this
know
is
the
going-
age on it.
Yeah. It's still
Let's see,
going back a few years.
Based
So we're
on the
very
tang
early.
stamp, it would probably be from the 60s to 80s, somewhere in
Right. Because there must have been one of the first knives to put a Phillips on a knife.
there. Could be. Now, here's something interesting about Remington. And I know he's got another Remington in here. Well, where was that Remington? Oh my goodness, I got them all over here. Anyway, with the Remington, it was interesting. I got a book on Remington knives and collections, and they had a statement in there that Remington made all of their Boy Scout knives. They sold them at cost. Oh, here's the Remington. They sold them at cost because they wanted every boy to be able to afford a Boy Scout knife.
Isn't that lovely?
Yeah. So, yeah, like I said, I've got a playlist where I go over all of these, go over the ages and all the little differences. So,
There's a question there, Tom, from JW. He said, talking about the Remington knives. Do you know any of the double stamped Remington and PAL knives? He says he knows at least a few exist. I don't know if you've seen those or heard of those.
I have not heard of those. No, that's possible.
Yeah, just like your Imperial. That you had.
Right.
Yeah, I was just quickly going to touch on the Benchmade. Anybody that knows my channel knows that this was my grill knife and still is. To me, you can only have one grill knife. This was mine, and I got it, and it's still my. It's maybe not a knife I use too much now, but I mean, I done a dance in my living room and videoed it when I got this because I thought I had reached the top of the knife market. Sadly, that wasn't to be true. But last year, I got myself the little 945, and I bought it half expecting it to move it on quickly because I thought the Benchmade 940 is not big anyway. Why do you need a smaller one? And the simple fact is, this is penknife size, and that's why I like it so much. It is just so small. The 940, that's beside the 940. It really is a difference, although it's only about, what, 3/4 of an inch difference. But you see, to go in your pocket, it just disappears completely. And I like the size because I'm only ever doing wee jobs about the house or whatever. I don't use my blades a whole lot. So I'm carrying this more and more. But to go on to the reverse tanto, I love reverse tanto knives. This is my Penny X series,
Oh,
the
nice.
Apache.
Yeah.
The Apache, and it's absolutely stunning. And this is in K390, which is another steel which is fantastic. I'll never blunt it. I'll just drop it the rest of my life. It's beautiful.
It's very nice.
Lovely slip joint. There you go.
Okay. It looks like you had something, John.
Yeah, that's something.
Okay.
So after having experienced the bug out for a while and kind of searching for what might even be better than that, I came across the Kaiser drop bear.
Oh, yeah.
And I really feel like this is superior to the bug out. Now it's going to be heavier, right? But in terms of size and durability, I mean, the biggest complaint for me about the bug out is the scales. Just, if you get the plastic scales, it's a pretty skimpy knife. It's not the most durable thing. If you look at the line or the liners that are on the interior of this, it doesn't even go, the full length of the knife. It's just a portion of it on the interior here. So it's not the most durable knife in the world. And for what it costs, it's, I don't think, the best value in the world. But this Kaiser drop bear kind of meets all the requirements for me in a very similar style knife. And the coating on the outside here, the scales, is like I can't even really describe it. It's got like a chalky, feels like a chalkboard kind of, if you know what that feels like. It has a little bit of a grip to it.
Yeah.
And it just has a really good feel in the hand. It's like a matte black. Get the purple thumb stud for a little splash of color there. And I'm sure
it aluminum, John?
Yeah, they're honestly, I think they're aluminum scales. I'm pretty sure.
The Benchmade 940, the green scales feel like that, feel chalky.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I actually prefer the blade shape of this to that to the one of the bug out. To me, it's just a little more symmetrical, a little more easy on the eyes, but has the utility that you would want out of a blade like that.
It's a little more aggressive. I like it.
Yeah.
Is it as thin as the bug out?
I'm sorry, Patty.
Is the blade steel as thin as the bug out?
I have to compare. It's actually a little thicker.
Right.
So yeah, and it's the 154 cm. So you're not getting quite the blade steel, obviously, but
lovely steel.
It's still plenty good for a knife this size, I think. And that edge that they put on there is like spider code quality. It's pretty ridiculous. I always think Spider probably has the best out of the box type edges on them. They're just razor sharp. But yeah, that's what I'd go with. If you were going to look for a bug out and you were thinking about a bug out, I'd go with this instead.
Yeah, a lot of people really like that Kaiser drop bear. Was a lot of positive reviews came out on that.
Yeah, that's cool, TK. Thanks for sharing.
Yep.
The trouble is with the bug out, it was brought out as a really light knife, and then everybody got their hands on them and put heavy scales on them. And I just don't know what's the point of buying something that you're going to sort of improve it by spending more money on it. That doesn't make sense.
That's exactly what I did with my bug out. I slapped some custom aluminum scales on mine. I'm not that big of a bug out fan. I think it's a great knife, but I personally prefer the Hogue Deca. I added aluminum scales to this too, but yeah.
I've seen several different blade shapes in the Deca. I don't know if I've seen that one. So they must offer different blade shapes, huh?
Yeah, they have a Warncliffe style with a different type of edge on it. It's got two separate parts where the grind is different. Yeah. But they're very similar. It's just I think this was Hogue's competitive take against the bug out or with it. But
all right, I got one which I think is nicer.
Go ahead, Tom.
Yeah, let's get Tom up here.
Well, before I forgot about my Imperial collection, this is a key knife, and this is pretty unique. You see the second blade on there?
Seen that. That is
it's got a key on it. And supposedly these knives were popular with car dealerships. They could put like their dealer name on here.
Right.
And then they could put the car key, grind out the car key. So a man always had his car key and his pocket knife with him at the same time. And you won't be able to see it, I don't think. But down in there on the key blade, there's a little notch down in there, and there was a way where you could remove that and like put a different blank in there and change it out. I have no idea what this unlocks, but maybe someday. I keep trying it everywhere I go. Maybe someday I'm going to find some gold bullion or something. I don't know, but again, just an interesting knife. The things they came up with.
Well, if you find gold bullion, don't forget your friends.
What friends?
That's what I thought you were going to say.
Nothing worse than a rogue policeman.
Oh, man. Rogue.
I haven't heard that word for a while.
Okay, let's see what you got there, Stephen. That looks like a big old knife.
That's the best spay blade you'll ever see. This is the old Remington. The Remington bullet knife, the best peanut butter spreader ever.
Yeah,
that one will handle the chunky.
Yeah, it's a big, heavy knife. Big, thick blade.
Got a monster belly on it.
Oh, it's beautiful. Even the clip point is lovely as well. It's more of a drop point nearly than a clip.
Yeah.
And they are, what length are they? They are the blade, the cutting edge is 3.5 inches.
Wow.
Big knife. That's me.
I like that one. Got me excited about a spay blade. That doesn't happen very often.
Okay, well, let's go ahead.
Patty, that sounds like a good open tag. Show us your spay blades.
Well, I'm waiting for that because Ashley Harrison's going to make me a single-bladed spay blade knife. So I'm really looking forward to that coming.
Very nice.
So you can't watch YouTube videos without being influenced, and so I got influenced to buy this knife by someone in the chat here. Let's see if we can figure out who that person is.
Oh
yeah.
RJ, naughty boy.
It's
Either
true,
bad
but
influence on me.
Steven influenced me, so
The sickness is real.
It is real.
yep, we've got the ALOX pox.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's just one you can't resist. I don't know, man. I was
You
trying
gotta have
forever to stay
gotta have an
away from
ALOX. If you got Victorinox, you gotta have an ALOX.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is the Army one for anybody who doesn't know, just a single blade, 93 millimeter.
I didn't even know they had a single blade till RJ shared that.
Yeah. So I guess next is Army 7. RJ, you gonna beat me to that one, or maybe it's the electrician's knife.
I don't know which one I'm going to get next. You'll just have to keep tuned in.
Oh, God. Gonna keep it secret. Okay. But yeah, very, very nice knife. I'm glad you showed that one. And
Yeah,
I just showed that Bantam. I just did a review of it. It's
Yes.
just a little smaller and has the combo blade, but it's nice to have just a single blade. It's almost like a Barlow, you know.
I think for Christmas gifts and birthdays, that ALOX one is just beautiful. And it's a cheap knife. It's not expensive, but it does everything you ever want.
$25.
Yeah. Fantastic knife.
Yeah, I've only been trying to get one since they were like around $21, but they kept selling out. So I had to get one that was around 25. Okay, Tom, hold on just a second.
Well, I've got a problem with this knife. If you look at it, there's no nail nick on it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh wow.
Does everyone know what knife this is?
Yeah. It's the magic knife.
The Imperial trick knife. Squeeze in on the blade, shake a little bit, it releases a pin, and then it opens up. It's got the little hook down here that hooks into a pin inside. And then to close it, let's see, put it like that, squeeze it in, and shake it shut, and then it closes. So that was a trick knife that you could play a trick on someone and hand them the knife and say, hey, open this up for me. And of course, there was no way to open it. So another little silly little Imperial knife here.
Well, that's a fun knife Friday knife. I've come and seen that
sure.
one yet.
Yeah, I have. I did
have
a
you?
fun knife.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Actually, I think I did my tribute to Patty when I reviewed this knife.
Yes, you did. You did.
Yep.
Excellent. I'll have to go back and check that out.
And all I got was a bread knife.
Which you didn't use.
No, the butter knife I didn't use. The bread knife I did use.
Oh, the bread knife you did. That's right. That's right. Here at Knife Delights, we're not afraid to review anything. As long as it's cutlery.
Okay. Let's see.
This is one of my I love collecting knives that have got important dates in my life. And this is the year I joined the Navy, which was the Silver Jubilee of the Queen, 1977. And I found this on eBay and bought it on eBay. And it's just a real basic, the other side is just a basic handle. But I love collecting knives that have got dates on them that are important. And it sort of makes the knife special, if you like, in a collection. And this is only this is a £10 knife.
Very nice.
Very cool.
And it really does show you don't have to spend a whole lot of money to get something that will become just part of your life. You know, a knife is part of your life. And if it's got history, it's forever there.
Yeah, that's for sure. Okay.
Well, do you want me to show my Grail knife now, RJ?
Sure. Why not?
I threatened to show you earlier. Now, the question keeps coming up, how many knives does it take to have a sub-collection? Well, what happens if there's only one knife available and you have that knife? Is that a sub-collection?
Definitely.
Sure. So how many people can claim to have an original Bowie knife? So my one knife collection, original Bowie knife, And I know it's original because it's stamped into the blade. Now this knife, this knife was probably, well, Cole National Corporation used to own K-Bar and Saber and one other company. This knife was made in Japan. It has really nice bone handles on it, a brass guard, brass pins. It's carbon steel blade. The research I've been able to do on the Saber knives, they started out with brass pins and stuff on their folding knives, and then they switched to steel. And they had just plain carbon steel blades, and then they switched to stainless steel. So I believe Saber or Cole National was kind of in business from the early 70s, maybe 60s, into the 90s. So, Monarch was the other brand that Cole National would. Now you cannot see it. I have to use a magnifier, but it says Soligen, and then it's over Japan. So this is one of the early knives, and I don't know if someone in Soligen contracted this to be made, and then Cole National picked up the brand. I don't know, but whoever first started making these, this has got to be one of the early models of it. So it is kind of a neat knife.
Yeah, definitely.
So just, doing searches online, there's a lot of different models made by Saber that say original Bowie knife on it, but the ones with the squared off handle and the bone and this kind of jigging on it and everything, this has got to be one of the very early models of it. So just kind of a neat knife, full tang, pretty thick. So you can say you saw it here on RJ Knives Live, an original Bowie knife.
Well, it's an international knife. We have an international crew, so it works out just perfectly. William from William's Knife Life said that his first knife that he bought was a Saber knife that he bought for $5.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and John from JO Ventures popped in just to say hello. Hi, John. Sorry
Hi, John.
you can't stay.
Hello,
but,
John.
yeah, definitely join us on the replay. That's for sure.
John, can I make the announcement? Let me know. Say yes or no in the comments.
You boys are full of secrets. It's like, I'm going to roll my trouser leg up soon.
It has something to do with this. Something to do with this. But anyway.
I'll bet you I know what it is too.
Yeah.
It's not hard to guess.
Not hard to guess.
No.
It's not K-Bar. It's from the K-Bar. No. I've just messed a good joke up.
All right. So who's next?
What about you? We haven't seen anything from you for a while. Come on, show us some of your stuff.
Okay, I will. And I have a lot of these. And so when they talked about, when you discover that you have something a lot of, and that, wow, I guess I do have a lot of these. And that would be small lockbacks. I just have a tremendous amount of them, more than a man should. But let me start with one that I know that Tom will like, and that's this little Buck Workman.
Oh yeah,
yeah. So these were popular in the 1990s. Carried this one for quite a long time. It's just a really nice little basic, work knife. Nothing too bad with that. Here is a Gerber version, and I did a video on how Gerber was the first company to come up with this style of knife, and Blackie Collins had kind of come up with this whole design, and how he got paid. When they came up with the design, they said they wanted to give him some money for it, and he says, "No, just buy me a Corvette," and they did. So, so I thought that was pretty good. Here's Schrade's version. This one was made in Ireland. Again, just a perfect little fun knife to have. And even Case got in on it. Here's, people say Case knives are expensive. These guys are less than $20. It's the same type of knife. So it was a really great design, something that everybody has copied. Then I got a couple of nice Rough Riders. This one John gifted to me, so it's a Rough Rider Mustang with the nice little blue inlays, beautiful little blade on it. Just going through these. Here's the brass one. I love the blade shape. Talk about
I've got one of those. Beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah, this is awesome.
That's a nice
I love
clip
watching
there.
the brass patina, and this is just a great little thing. And these are still, I think, around $6. They're not very expensive at all.
They really remind me of the size of the Buck 55. It's that sort of knife with a beautiful clip. Absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, and then here's a little marbles that's got a really nice clip on it as well.
Yeah.
And these come in different color handles. This is the tan version, but they have it in black and orange also, if you like that. And then, of course, what would a small lockback be without a cub lockback? So this is the Copper Swirl series. So it has the copper bolsters and the copper throughout the handle material. And I just like how they all have a separate, unique pattern to them. They're really very, very handy. Even though they're very small, you can really choke up on them and do a lot of great work with those. And then the last one is this little Boker Jewel, which these are fantastic knives, great looking knives.
That's nice.
Yeah, it is. And this one came to me through CB Tactical. So it's a really nice.
That's not Soligen Boker, is it?
This is the Boker Magnum. So I think these are the ones that are in China. It doesn't say China on it, but it's 440A.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, that is a lovely knife, and it'll be a reasonably priced knife. That beautiful looking knife.
It is. It's really a really nice one. Jo said you can announce your announcement there, Tom. So let me get out of here.
Okay. So John at Jo Ventures, if you don't know by now, does excellent leather work. And we've been doing traveling knives, and he's always making a knife slip for the knife as it travels around. He's been donating to the knife community. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a review of this knife and maybe clean it up just a little bit, get it in presentable shape. Then I'm going to send this knife to John, and John is going to make a nice sheath for it. And I told him maybe he could make some sort of a rustic 1800s style sheath, period correct. And then I think what we're going to do is I think John's going to announce a giveaway. So I think we're going to have a giveaway of this knife with that sheath. So everyone, please make sure and watch Jo Ventures Outdoors. Let's get him some subscribers. If you haven't subscribed already, head over there and please subscribe. And I don't know how long it's going to be. It might take some time yet, but that's what the game plan is with this knife.
Very nice.
Very good.
All right. 5 shut up at once.
I was going to say, come on, boys. You can't have dead air.
Let me say something for Jo, if you don't mind.
Sure, go right ahead.
Just did some work for me. Had a couple little projects. that we got lined up whenever he was on my Slice of Life episode. So he's made a video, two actually,
Yeah.
two videos that showed what he was going to do and then what he did. And so he made a little sheath for me for a novelty knife, and then also a couple for some sunfish Rough Riders. So
Very good.
looking forward to getting that back from him. He's going to be sending that out Tuesday. So should be next week sometime. We may have it by next Sunday, and then we can talk more about it on the show. But I was just going to say, if you haven't already invited Jo on to be on the panel, we could. I definitely would like to encourage that to be an option if possible sometime.
Yeah, I reached out to a couple people, but yes, I'll reach out to Jo as well and see if he can arrange his schedule. Matt Sawyer has a good question. He says he wants to know what's our favorite single-bladed folding knives or knife. So I guess anything with a single blade, which makes it tough to whittle down. But
that's not fair. That's not fair.
We didn't say you can only have one. He just said, "What's your favorite?" You know, it's like choosing among your kids. But
I'm gonna break out my contract. I think I have specifically in my contract that I will not answer those types of questions. That's a tough one.
That would be impossible for me.
What I want to know is who gave you a contract, because I didn't. Oh, Matt's going to be nice. He's gonna let us have three knives that are
three.
Yes. So there you go.
I have 3 buck 112s. Yeah.
Well, that's fine. Here, look, you want me to bring you up? Are you ready?
I'm not, no.
Comic timing, brilliant.
I got to get in here and get me a Twinkie on this one.
Okay, we got you. Okay, yeah.
Oh dear, that is a hard question.
I guess you go need to talk to Mrs. Knife Delights to get into there. Then,
yeah, she locks them up on me.
I know she does. Top 3 for Tom is the 55, the 110, and the 112. Okay, that's done.
Pretty much. That's not the right one.
All right. Well, I have some favorites. I'll kick off this one since I have them sitting right here with me. So this will be pretty easy.
What was the criteria again?
Single-bladed folder.
Man,
so of course, you guys know the Pecos. that one's going to be it. In any single-bladed competition that I have. This is going to be one of my favorite folders. That's for sure. Next one, I'll go back to the Solo, to the Pioneer Solo as it's known in Europe, and the Swiss Army one as it's known over here. But still loving this knife. It's pretty new to me, but I've been carrying it a lot since I have picked it up. And then just for fun, let's see. I guess which of these folders that I had here, I'm going to go back to this little lockback. This little Schrade is still one of my favorites. I've had it for darn near 25 years at least. Because like I said, I picked this up in a Walmart back in the mid 90s, and it's still with me. So it must be worth something if I keep picking it up to throw in my pocket. And I have lots of other knives that are single bladed that I like, but these 3 are at hand and they fit the criteria.
Yeah, that one's tough. I don't know if I can come up with a favorite.
Okay, I'm ready if you are, RJ.
Okay. Let's get you back up here.
It's a K bar.
These are, yeah, a K bar spelled B-U-C-K. So Dean, that's in the comments, he saw my video on the 55, and I think he's purchased one and gotten one, and he's loving it. Now, this is in no particular order, but yeah, the 55 is just an awesome knife for a small lockback single-bladed knife. So
Hey,
there's
Gary.
one. Two is a more modern buck. This is the folding Alpha Hunter. Buttery smooth. It's a tank of a knife. Has these rubberized grips on it. Just a great knife right there. So for a larger knife, single bladed, I'd have to go with the folding Alpha Hunter. Last, to represent a class of knives, the 112. And RJ, I know you got your 50th anniversary with the finger grooves. I wished I had done that, but this was a knife with the blue wood covers. This was given to me by a very dear friend when I retired from being a peace officer. And I will cover my name up on the back side there, but there's Tom on the bolster, and then on the blade it says protected and served.
Beautiful knife. Beautiful.
Yep, very nice.
And these finger grooves, it's almost like they used my hand when they designed the finger grooves, because it just I just can't even describe it.
Yeah, it fits into mine just perfect. In fact, I'm going to at some point get another finger groove 112, that I can have as a user and save the 50th anniversary one as a safe queen. But very, very comfortable knife, and yeah, it's definitely an upgrade from the standard version.
I guess that's the best I could do on the spur of the moment.
Well, that works. That works. I still need to get a 55.
It is a nice knife, and this one's in walnut. But now that as you know, they're able to use ebony again because they've sourced it from Taylor Guitars. So, to get one in ebony would be really nice.
Absolutely. Hey, Big J, I see you're here. And I saw Old Fart with Sharp Things, his comment that his grandson came up to him and said, "Hey, Grandpa, do you know how to sharpen a pencil with a knife?" Yep, that's definitely a life skill you need.
we used to do it all the time as a kid.
Oh yeah,
especially your carpenter's knives, you had to.
Right.
So, yeah. But yeah, we used to sharpen our pencils with a knife.
I still do.
Yeah.
The only thing I've ever done.
My dad used to use keys sometimes. If your pencil broke when you were a kid, he'd just pull out the keys out of his pocket and use that to sharpen it real quick.
Tom, when you were in school, what did you use to write on the slate?
A slate? We never had slates. We had rocks and chisels and hammers. Huh?
Piece of flint.
Slates, that was modern technology.
Well, it'd be nice for 2 days.
Definitely.
Oh, man.
Go ahead, John. You have something there?
Yeah, I got something. Hello, knife lovers.
There you go.
Well, that's a delightful knife.
Slowly but surely,
I could pick one out, so I just copied Tom.
Oh, nice.
There's just so many.
There is.
The 55 is great, though. That's my favorite buck. Favorite buck pattern, anyway. I probably prefer my 110 over this, but as far as the pattern's concerned, I think I like the 55 the best. This is one that RJ definitely needs, so we need to keep on pushing him on this one, Tom.
Okay, I will. I'll end every one of my videos with, RJ, have you got your 55 yet?
Yeah, well, I think we should make a pact and we'll all do that.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Oh man,
Okay.
that's a lot of videos.
That is. The pressure's on because I'm kind of latent with a lot of things.
Hey, what do you think of this? We do this for a month and end our videos all the same way. And then after a month, if he hasn't gotten one, he's not allowed on his own live.
Oh no!
Oh,
You thought I was making a rule? Listen to this guy.
Yeah. It's the 3 children that have to starve to death when he spends all that money on them.
I'm telling you, you guys gotta take it easy. I got dogs to feed,
We'll donate to the dogs, but you got to buy the knife.
Oh, here we go. We got a hashtag 55 for RJ from Jero and Boss. And Matt, no, I haven't got it yet, but I'm working on it. Okay, at least I am now.
31 and counting.
Wow.
Oh, maybe that'll be the next pass around. Hint, hint, Tom. That way he doesn't have to buy it. He'll be the last guy,
Yeah.
right? And he can have it.
Just let me borrow it.
And make a slip for it too. That'd be great.
Yeah, that's what we need.
Yeah, you want it free. We know. All right.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
Yes,
we could do that.
and
I'll
cats.
my share.
And we're negotiating right now, Matt. Still haven't got it yet, but we're talking about it right now.
We'll have to converse later and figure out the details.
Thanks, Jeroen says no pressure, just have it before the next live.
Wow.
Oh my goodness, with friends like you.
Turnaround, Jerome. I mean, Lord.
RJ, they're not that good.
Yeah.
Spend your money on the way. You get more for it.
I've got it from the expert himself. They're not that good.
Yeah.
John, have you trouble counting to 3?
I'm sorry?
Have you trouble counting to 3?
No.
Well, he'd have to take his shoes off, Patty.
That's part of my left-handedness. I wasn't too good in math. That's why I don't know how many knives I have. I can't count that high.
Oh, exactly. Oh boy, I got in trouble with my wife about that one.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, so see if I buy one of those, I can't buy these neat trappers like the heavy forge trappers.
Yeah.
That so I just had to show this off again because the bone is just so nice on this one.
Yeah.
It really is.
You say you were thinking about getting the Stockman as well, huh?
Yeah, they just had 2 in this pattern. They have the Trapper and the Stockman. Although somebody told me that they had the Stockman and they didn't like the blade geometry, that it wasn't really good, but I will probably pick one up in the future just to complete the set, since it'll be the only set that I can actually complete from.
I saw that reviewed on Mr. Barlow's channel, so if you want to take a closer look, maybe check his out.
I will. Thank you. Yeah, because I found that Hammer brand knife that had the markings like that, and I thought that was really cool. And then when I saw it had the T10 carbon blades, I was like, yeah, I definitely want to get some of that too. Yeah, there you go. There's a hashtag, never count your knives from 1 minute. Oh, there you go. Jeroen said Mrs. RJ is hands down for getting a 55. Well, that's awesome that she is, but it bothers me that you're talking to my wife.
I didn't know it bothered you, RJ. I'll stop.
Wow. We're going to go there. Yes, Matt, that's the Heavy Forge series.
That's no way to speak about my wife.
Exactly. Hey, Gizmo. Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
Michael counts his knives but never adds up the cost. Yeah. Yeah.
Smart.
I know, Jerome, I know.
Have you finished, John? Or
Yeah, you still got 2 more to go. We haven't even got to Jack yet.
Oh, I had to pick 3. Oh man.
Yeah.
do it, Lefty.
Now I understand why you said I couldn't count to 3. Now I get it.
Okay.
Detention must have been a lonely place.
I know.
I figured that for Jack it'd be easy because he has mostly single bladed folders, so it shouldn't be too tough for him to come up with 3.
I don't think I've shown this one. Well, not recently, anyways. How about that for a single blade?
That is nice. Very nice.
That is nice.
That the Duke?
That's the Duke.
All right.
Beautiful.
Nice.
knife.
That is pretty.
It's not one you see as much.
Oh, I like that.
Yep.
Hey, there might be something in these books. Don't think they'll catch on though.
Mm.
That is
That the other
beautiful.
one? Yeah.
Is that a red scale?
I don't know what material that is, but
Probably
maybe Tom
rosewood.
can help me with that. What do you think that is, Tom?
Probably rosewood.
Rosewood? Okay.
Yeah.
It looks like rosewood.
I think that's what they have on their 500 series of knives.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, not one you see a ton of.
nope.
It's
There's
very.
still some out there.
It's got a different shape than the 112 by quite a bit, but it's not too much different in size.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a bigger knife than that is a buck 112 size.
Just by about 1/4 inch, Stephen.
Right. Very nice.
It does come with a pouch. It is a pouch knife.
Yep, pouch.
You know, I might even fancy that more than the buck 112, except it hasn't got a clip point.
Yeah,
No,
more of a drop point. Yeah.
Yeah. The 500 series are a drop point.
So there's 2. 1 left to go, huh?
Yep.
All right, let me think of something.
La 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 la.
Oh, thank you, Stephen, for filling up the dead space.
Hey, all part of the fee I get paid.
And that concludes the musical portion of our program. Oh, come on, John. Wow, I can't believe you just left us hanging like that.
Find something else to entertain yourself for a second.
Well, I was going to say, the best song that I can sing is Far, Far Away, and the further away, the better.
Gary wants to know what was the question, and the question was from Matt Sawyer. He said, "Can you show us 3 of your favorite single bladed folders?" So that's what we're doing. But John counted to 1 and stopped, and then
he got to 2 and stopped.
2, and he stopped, and now he's struggling to find 3.
I can't find it.
Did you find? How about 1 3-bladed knife? I bet you could find that faster.
No. Now you're just being mean.
It's because I know you have lots of stockmen.
I got a whole wall display of those.
I know.
All right. Well, this isn't one that I don't know. I just grabbed something.
Okay.
So the favorite thing is too hard. So I'll just grab a good one.
Well, good ones count. That's for sure.
All right. And it's
Yeah,
fun.
you Christmas wrap all your knives?
Yeah, you guys have seen this before.
Oh yeah, that's a good
Oh
one.
yeah, there you go.
The Punisher.
This is the bad guy. And it suits me. So it's my favorite knife with the single blade.
Oh, cool.
And somebody told me that in the comments after my review of this that they thought it looked like a knife you'd find on eBay with half the blade missing. So whoever that was, I give
A
you
blood
the
stain
one
rolled
finger
down the
salute.
handle.
I give that fellow the one finger salute. That's what I think of that.
You know what? It kind of looks like a Lanny's clip on steroids.
Doesn't it just, yeah.
Yeah, it is a little, but that's just a fun blade. It's just a fun knife.
Yeah.
You can't not just enjoy playing with it. And as Steven says, give it a wee fondle.
You have to.
I haven't heard that since Michael Jackson was talking, but
Yeah. Same club.
John,
I like
think-
monkeys too.
I think Patty's sitting there thinking, I wonder if that comes with a spay blade.
but there's three. Did I get to three? Somebody tell me, was that three?
Yes, you got to three. Are you ready, Jack?
Yeah. So now, does this mean traditional single blade, or does that
Just whenever you want, man.
It's
Single blade.
Yeah, just single bladed folder was the
All right,
criteria. So yeah, definitely.
I have to go with the Ritter Hogue for my favorite for single blade. Sure, you guys have seen this before.
Okay, I have a question for you, Jack.
Sure.
Speaking of Hogue knives,
Mm-hmm.
I understand they started out with really good quality and then there was like a drop in quality and now they're getting their quality back. Is that a true statement?
Well, I only own a handful of them. But from my experience, I haven't had any issues with quality from Hogue. Maybe a little bit of a wonky grind here and there, but as far as the functionality of the knife, I've had zero issues.
Well, that's good to hear.
I can't speak for others. I've heard the same thing with Benchmade. A lot of people have specifically more so with Benchmade. I've heard more complaints about them, but Hogue, I really stand behind these guys because I don't know. I just can't think of a all around better value or use out of a pocket knife than this guy right here from Doug Ritter.
I know there was a lot of excitement when they came out making knives, because they've been making like pistol grips and things like that. They're a well-known company for all that good quality. And I know there was a lot of excitement when they first came out.
Yeah, I mean, I always seen them, I haven't really been into the whole buying knives like crazy like everybody else nowadays, but I've been about 2016 is kind of when I started picking up the frequency of getting into more knives. But Hogue, I always seen in the gun magazines and stuff that, because there wasn't really a whole lot of knife stores availability, knife shops and stuff like that. I didn't know anything about all the retailers and stuff that you could go online. But since then, yeah, I decided to go. I think the first Hogue that I got was the Ritter Hogue, and I haven't looked back since.
Okay.
Because I was so impressed with the quality and the craftsmanship. Not to mention, they have, in my personal opinion, Hogue has some of the best factory grinds that I've ever got out of the box. They're phenomenal. You really can't see on this one. That one's pretty wore down, but here's the one they released not that long ago with the Magna Cut. You can see there. I mean, that came just like that.
Very nice.
Yeah. And then again, like I said, that one, the second one, I would probably, if I had to pick for my single folder, would be the next size down, which would be the Deca. We already seen this earlier, so I'll get that out of the way. And then lately this is a different one. You guys might have seen this one. This is from the High River Jack from C. Rosner traditional pocket knives. Really liking this one a lot.
That's nice.
Yeah, got the micarta scales, the covers, M390 blade, but particularly I like that pattern on the blade.
Yep.
Yeah, real solid. So that'd probably be my 3 as of now. I mean, I'm sure like most of us, with my thoughts change constantly as far as, you experience different knives, purchasing and trading and buying and selling and all that it kind of changes from time to time.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
If I had to say one, I would have to go with this one for sure. That was my main pick. For sure.
Very good.
Nice choices.
Thanks.
So, come on, will we do my bougie ones now then?
Sure. What's that going to be? 2 Gonzos and a.
Not a chance. This is show-off time.
Okay, well, let's definitely see that because you've got the you definitely got the collection.
This would be the number one and will always stay the number one because this is the Hinder slip joint. It's an absolutely amazing slip joint. The design that he went into these, you can hold it back here and you still can't close the knife on yourself. The design is amazing. You can hold it up here and it'll never close. Just an absolutely amazing slip joint. And you've got the thumb stud that moves up and down wherever you want to put it. Just a gorgeous knife. And I bought this to honor my father when he passed away because he wasn't into knives. So I wanted to get something that would remind me of him. And he was just a good, sturdy old man that kept on going. And this knife just encapsulates him to me. And when I take it out, I actually do smile because it's just him. So that one's very special. And I know I bought it myself and I know I've made this story into it, but it actually still means something.
Yeah.
The next one is a GEC. And this is I can't even remember the blooming number of it. Oh, Stephen, put your other glasses on. Sorry, John. Come on now.
Nah, you waited for me.
This is a number 86 pattern. And this one's in 440C, which you don't often see.
Yeah.
But also, this one has the nicest bone I have ever seen on a penknife. Look at the figuration on that bone.
Wow.
It is gorgeous. It would remind you of soup bone. I don't know whether you've ever seen soup bone where they've gouged the inside out of it and you have the bone, but this is not. This is just cow's bone and it's just done to perfection. Beautiful knife. I really do love this knife.
I really like that.
The last one, it just has to be one of the Jack Wolf knives. And my favorite at the minute is the one I got this time. And the reason I do like it is because it has a big fat spear. And that's my favorite blade shape, a good fat spear. Really do love this knife. And it's a teardrop or bullet end, whichever way you want to call it. And it's that green camel carbon fiber, jungle carbon fiber.
Yes.
Which is just stunning. But this has come, he upgraded the blade steel this month, and we're now getting S90V. And you can see how small the blade grind is because I can hardly get it to show. It is so thin behind the edge, like all his knives. They are just amazing. And I know I get mine for free, and people can say, you're going to say that anyway. I don't care. They're the best production knives I've ever used. They're gorgeous. I would take this over my Pena. And Pena's a genius. But I just absolutely...
I love that he added S90V on his steel now. That he added that to the lineup. That's really awesome.
And no price increase. And that's the nice thing about it. There's no price increase. But this one, I just love. It's like a corset in the center where the blade comes down. You have like even a dicky bow where it comes into the center. And I love it makes it thin, which makes the actual spear look much bigger. A wee bit romantic, I suppose.
Are they going to move forward with the S90V going forward, or is that
just
a one-time?
Yep, they're all going to be S90V now.
Okay.
And the nice thing is with Jack Wolf, he does throw in surprises, like different knife shapes that we've not seen before. And he didn't tell us he was changing to S90V. It just happened. So it keeps the brand fresh, if you know what I mean. He's putting out a lot of knives, and if he doesn't keep it fresh, it'll become overload. So this year, I'm so excited to see what he brings out.
Stephen, I think if I was to go ahead and spring for a Jack Wolf, I think that is the pattern. I just absolutely love that blade shape.
Yeah,
it's lovely. I mean, he's got another fat spear, which is number 3 in my Jack Wolf knife bikes, and it was the dog leg Jack.
Yeah, let me
bring it. Sure. Yeah.
Beautiful big spear point again. Not as narrow here, but and it's so comfortable. It's just that dog leg. It looks like it would be really uncomfortable, and yet this is probably the most comfortable knife that he's made. It's perfect, really perfect. So there's my bougie 3.
Swamp Yankee Knives wants to have you throw in a bonus. He wants to see your Ashley Harrison sheepsfoot, the blue bone.
Yeah.
You're like, you knew that one was going to come up.
Fortunately, not to put Ashley in anything, because he's my favorite custom maker of all time. I could go a top 3, and it would take me seconds to go through my collection. John, seconds. My top 3 Ashley Harrison, all in different patterns and all in different covers, because I don't tend to get the same. I like different covers. The same knife, but definitely has to have different covers. This is my sheepsfoot. This is my first custom knife.
Oh, that's beautiful.
That's my favorite knife.
I love that.
He makes all his knives in 01 tool steel. Well, nearly all. He does do stainless, but I wouldn't be getting stainless as such. But I just think this, and it's the easy open, it just makes it a beautiful knife. Well, do you want to see another 2 then, or?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Put that one in the wheel for me, Stephen.
John, you've got them all, mate. And this one is with abalone, and it's the nicest abalone. Even if I bring it up close, it's like 2 full slabs of abalone. But it's the back spring. Look at that back spring.
That back
and
spring.
The centerpiece of that is chiseled by his father, Michael. He chisels them freehand. Just unbelievable knives. And then this is one of my newest ones. And this is the lamb's foot. But this is in stag. Look at the stag on this.
Oh,
this is equivalent to case standard stag. It is beautiful. Look at that. I just think that is stunning.
Yes, that's really nice.
Really stunning. And I like the symmetry even on it, Although the bone's all knobbly and there's bits, it's digged holes into it, but it's just perfect. Really lovely knife. So there you go. Let's show off over.
Those are all beautiful knives.
Well, do you want to know? So it's something. They're custom knives, but yet most of them will only cost you just over £100. That's just giveaway money.
Yeah.
Giveaway money. Thank you for letting me show them. I enjoyed that, man.
Yeah, you're welcome.
We enjoyed seeing them.
Thanks, Swamp Yankee, for asking to see that. That was a good call, Swamp
Yankee.
Thank you,
Swamp Yankee. The trouble is, though, with knife people, you always want to show your knives. There would be no point in collecting if you didn't want to show them, and that's where YouTube is this is our mirror. We just bring them in and stick them up to the mirror. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, exactly.
I love seeing that. Everybody's got different tastes, and that's what makes it exciting.
1 Minute Knife Review says he's open to accepting giveaway money. So So if anybody has any giveaway money, 1 minute knife review, PO Box 55, El Paso, Texas.
Oh, we don't need that. He's got the key. Where's
Yeah,
he going?
that's
He's
true.
over here now. Oh, he's got a key to get in the Eddie box. Don't worry, send it to him.
Well, Jack and John and Stephen, has our host been trying to play out the clock without having to show his three favorite?
I think
No,
so.
I did
No, he
show
showed
them.
them.
Did you
Remember?
show him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
remember
Oh,
the
that's right.
Roper
That's what
Picos?
happens. I was napping, probably.
Yeah, I think you went to go get a Twinkie. Yeah, the
Probably so. Okay, you're right.
Okay. All right. And just because you wanted to see the third, I'll give you a third bonus one.
Yeah.
Because I showed that one, but this, especially for you and Patty for sure, because I know how you boys get about all things nautical. So I have a nautical knife to show you. And it's a good one. And this is
Nice. Yeah.
the Watchman with the rope knife with the anchor on it, and just an awesome ram's foot blade on that. Wood handles, has the clevis, just a really fine knife, and just one that I did a review of this knife, but it hasn't been on the channel much, and so I had pulled it out just to throw it up here on the lives. I thought it would be fun for everybody to take a look at it, and I know that you guys love a good rope knife. I'm sorry, a line knife, linesman knife.
Line knife. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't do ropes anymore. Us
Nope.
landlubbers,
Do you know the story of how that ram's foot blade, type blade, came to be on all sailors' knives?
I do not.
Well, here I'm just going to tell you a story now.
Yeah.
Back in the old sailing days, with the old sails and that, when you would have had a mutiny on a ship, would have been a regular occurrence.
Right.
There was this one captain, and I can't remember his name off the top of my head now. But when he came on his ship, he asked to see his sailors, show me what knives you've got, and he went round every one of their knives and snapped the end of the tip off, so that they couldn't fight with their knives on the ship. Well, it was harder to fight without a point on them, so he snapped them all off, and that's where that blade became known as a sailor's knife. Now, is that interesting? No,
Was
is
that
interesting.
was that Captain Bligh? I think
can't remember the name.
Mutiny on the Bounty.
It was a ship before my time.
Yeah, it was in Tom's time though.
Probably.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
Tom knew it. I knew Tom knew it.
I do have one more favorite.
I
One
just
blade
knew that
knife.
up, by the way.
One more favorite one blade knife, but it's broken. Can I still show it?
Of
You
course.
see, you were on that ship, Tom.
And Gary, the only reason the 1050 wasn't out here is because it's in the other room. It was
broken,
kind of a
okay.
surprise question from the audience. So I was going with what we had.
It won't fold. I can't get it to fold.
Yeah.
That is just, I love that wooden handle.
That's 102 in D2 steel. Cocobolo handle. And this was a gift from the Kirby Creek outfit.
Yeah, that's a very
Is that a
beautiful
pattern
knife.
still for sale?
What was that?
Is that a pattern still for sale?
I believe so. It's out of their. I don't know if the D2 steel is still on sale or not. This is kind of out of their custom shop, I think, or their
Right.
heritage
Beautiful.
series. Heritage
Uh-huh.
series. Yeah.
Gorgeous.
Yep. And Dan in Michigan has the story about the 112 that Buck introduced that after a U.S. Navy CO banned knives with blades over 3 inches.
Yeah.
That's how the story goes. And the USS Ranger was the one that the ship that was involved in that incident, and does the story behind why it's called the Ranger.
My story was baloney, by the way.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah, just complete baloney.
Well, I know that actually, if you look at a lot of the Filipino knives, they're, in their knife making and stuff, a lot of their knives don't have points, and that's because when the Spanish were colonizing the Philippines, they had made it, basically against the law for any Filipino to have a pointed blade. So all their blades had to not have a point. Of course, the Spaniards all kept theirs, just to maintain a fair playing field. But but that's how that stuff goes.
Will you hear
Has
about
anybody got any knives coming this week that they know of?
gotten
Let's
all my
see.
orders? Nope.
Yeah, I showed my Finch that I'm going to be doing this week, and then there's going to be a surprise Trapper review. I know Thrifty will tune in for that. Lots of spay blade coverage, and
Hashtag Spay Blade.
Was the Finch a pass around, or was that one you bought?
It's a one from Apex, from the pass around group. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Yeah, that's the one we talked. It was like the LA Rams fan knife.
That's exactly right. Yeah. It's got the yellow and blue. Or if you want to support the Ukrainians, you could do that. Although Finch didn't do any. I mean, they released this in a couple of different colorways, so it didn't. I don't think it necessarily had to do with the conflict over there, but it might.
Yeah, did you guys familiar with Alan Rickman, the actor?
Yeah.
The villain in Die Hard, if you recall.
Yes.
He had a famous quote about stabbing someone. He goes, "What would you use it? I'd use a spoon." And he go, "Well, why is that?" "It's dull. It hurt more."
There you go.
So, yeah,
All
that
right,
story about the blades being broken off doesn't fly, man.
As far as new knives, was that what the question was? Have we ordered any new ones?
Yeah.
Well, I haven't ordered any, but I'm in negotiations with a local collector on some vintage buck slip joint knives. So
Nice.
I'm hoping to be able to pick up some new old stock slip joint knives.
Well, you'll go through $20 this week then.
Yeah. Definitely.
Well, I guess I got a Leatherman coming. I ordered the Leatherman Charge before they go discontinued.
Oh, okay.
I got that coming in the mail.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, gentlemen, and I use that term very lightly, gentlemen, I need to hop off. But it's been great talking to everybody, and thanks everyone in the comments. It's been a fun show. So we'll catch you on the flip flop, as they used to say on the old CB.
Yep.
Thanks,
Okay,
Tom.
take care.
Thank you, Tom.
See you, Tom.
All right,
Maybe.
Tom. Yeah,
Take
with
care.
that, I think it's probably about time we wrap this thing up.
Yeah.
So, all right, guys. Well, thanks as always for coming on. I appreciate each of you guys on the panel. I appreciate all you guys in the chat. Love doing this. This is one of the most fun things that we do all week long. Love visiting with all of you guys. It's just fantastic. So that'll be it for this one. You guys have any last words?
Do you know, I would just like to say a wee prayer. And for those out there, for those in California at the minute, they're getting a really rough time. And may God help them through this really hard time.
Yes. Thank you, Stephen. Yep. We're all working through it. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Anything else, guys?
Well, just have a great rest of your Sunday.
All right.
Take care.
Well,
Take care. Nice to meet you again, Jack.
You too, Stephen. That was awesome.
See you guys.
See you.
Take care. Bye-bye now.
Bye.